her little twist on this ticking. And look at this. This is in the yellow, so this all works with this yellow range. Absolutely stunning. Works a treat. And it's £6.95 per half a metre. Beautiful. We've also got, of course, the check as well, which is really lovely. But I just want you to... Can we see this blue? Because I just want you to see... Look at that. Oh... Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Could you imagine that flower appliqued onto a cushion? Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All £6.95 per half a metre for your Tanya Whelan products. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. And that's your ticking in the blue. Beautiful, beautiful. Spring has sprung in our studios today, and we're making all sorts of goodies for you today. Now, here's a lady with a spring in her step.
Hello, Natasha.
Hello, Janice.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good to have you. You are always happy.
I know, you've got to be. Life's so short, you've got to be happy. Never
And you
be
always
miserable.
are. And it's a delight.
Never be miserable, is it?
Absolute delight to have you in the studio. Now, Janice.
Yeah.
We gave you this material, so go and do something with it.
Yep, so I decided to make table placemats out of it to go with the tablecloths.
Beautiful.
So we're starting off with the placemats.
You've done reversible ones.
Reversible ones, because of the Insulite that you're using.
Now, we'll have a look at the Insulite, because the last 2 times we brought it to wear, it has sold woof, like that.
Very good stuff.
Now, but we've also got a bit of rick-rack.
Yeah, rick-rack, love it.
I love the words in sewing. There we go, that's your other side of that. So depending on how you're feeling,
yeah,
or maybe you want half the table one way, half the table the other, then it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. So there we go, these are the reversible table mats that we're doing, but maybe you don't want that red, maybe that's not in your colour scheme, maybe you want to go a little bit more subdued, but still pretty, and use the white rick-rack.
Very effective.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, it's lovely.
So whether you're making a statement piece,
yeah,
pretty either way. Personalise your dining. Maybe you've got a special party coming up, special birthday, something like that. Gorgeous. To really make everything beautiful.
I've also top-stitched that one.
Oh, right.
Top-stitching round. I didn't top-stitch that one. It's up to you again whether you want to top-stitch or not.
Why do we top-stitch?
It just gives it that bit of finish, I think. So, and it can hide mistakes as well. Top-stitch.
Design features.
That's it. It's a design feature.
Yes, design features. Never mistakes. Now, let me tell you this straight away, because you always go crazy for this. So that you know, this is your Insul Bright.
Not light. I call it Insul Light.
Yeah, no, we call it all sorts of stuff. Insul Bright. It doesn't exactly trip off the tongue, does it? But it is incredible stuff. Now, you're getting almost a metre square here. It's 1.143 metres, very accurate, by 91.44. Basically, it's 45 inches by a yard. But we've got to tell you it in centimetres, because otherwise we get our wrists slapped.
Oh, right.
Thank you, EU. So we've got all of that. Now, what this does is, it means, and it is all machine washable, but it just means that it will keep hot things hot and cold things cold.
Yes.
But if you want to use it to keep heat off something, then it just insulates it. So if if you're making something for your hair straighteners, then it will just it'll keep the heat off the table. Fabulous stuff. So many of you are making lunch boxes and this, that, and the other. It's lunch boxes out of this fabric for your picnics.
Yes, lovely.
Romantic picnic with this. It is a very, very romantic fabric, isn't it, Janice?
It is. It's absolutely stunning.
So how did we start?
Right.
So this is the Insul Bright cut. Do you just cut it like any fabric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Right. So the pattern I did, I liked the hexagon pattern for the table mat.
Right.
You can do square, you can do whatever shape you want, whereas I prefer a bit of
interest.
Yes. So more tricky as well. It's always square's too boring for me. Let's
have a challenge.
But a challenge.
Let's have that challenge.
So first of all, I actually cut out a table mat.
Right.
So I did it 8 1/4 there, by 7.5 inches, and the corners are 3 inches.
Okay.
So that's the first thing I did. Then cut out the fabrics. So we've got the one there.
So in exactly the same size.
In the same size, and the Insul Bright exactly the same size.
There we go.
So then what I did was I attached the rick-rack.
Now, hang on, let's talk about this wick rack because we've got it in 2 different colours. With the red and the cream. How do you, when you say I attached it. How did you attach it?
I actually, literally, just attached it on the corner. That is on the edge, so that when it turns,
right,
it leaves the edge coming out of the actual seam.
So you've tailor-tacked that in.
I tailor-tacked
red.
it
Let me show you
in
that.
red because to save time the show as well. So I tailor-tacked it in. Again, normally I don't tailor-tack. I normally just pin it and then sew it and use my seam ripper trick to stop it curling. Yeah. So, but
you tailor-tacked last night, didn't you?
Tailor-tack. I tacked it, not tacked it. I tacked it last night because pins, you have to be careful leaving pins in overnight because pins can go rusty and they will leave a rust mark on your fabric. And it's hard to get out.
So let's have a look. We've got the rick rack, we've got the natural. This is your natural here. What that is. You get a lot here, don't you? Gosh, 25 metres. 25 metres of rick rack. That's a lot of rick rack, isn't it?
Do a lot.
£12.95. 25 metres. Gosh, it's nice that.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to machine this while you're talking about all the different rick racks.
I've got rick racks galore.
Okay. So if I machine this while you're talking about the rick rack.
So you're using the blue ticking on this one. It's all Tanya Whelan. So I think these are fabrics that you will have seen, you will have recognised. She's been on the front cover of Country Homes magazine. She's been on the front cover of Romantic Homes. She's been, her fabrics have been featured in all of these fabulous magazines. So she's got this knowledge. She's got this she has this pedigree. That's the word I'm after. This pedigree of being in fabulous, beautiful homes, and that's what this is. You're bringing a bit of fabulousness into your home. Now, you're using your little seam trick ripper with your seam ripper to just stop things puckering as you go through. Just a straight stitch in white.
Yeah, straight stitch in white, or red, or whatever colour you're using for the rick rack.
Yeah, because you used the red, didn't you, on the top stitch, just to provide an absolute contrast. Now that foot down and pivot. Nice.
See, sometimes you see when you're doing this stuff, you can go off a bit. So again, just turn it. You can walk the machine, so just walk and turn it round.
And then you get into the direction that you want.
Hopefully then just go straight down the middle and sew it all down.
So
sometimes you get a bit carried away.
That rick rack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is excellent. So if you wanted to use a feature thread, then you can. We've got the feature thread in red here. Which is really rather lovely. Nice. Okay. Here we go. Let's show you this feature thread here. There we go. Just along there. So if you want to use the rick rack, then that's a beautiful way of then just highlighting, pulling all those bright colours in. Because you see, I would have looked at that and gone, it's pink, but actually, no, you're right, the tips are red. And it just brings out that vibrancy. It's a real statement piece there. And of course, inside, it's got that depth to it because it's got that Insol Bright heat-resistant batting in there. £5.95 for that. And then if you want the rick rack, that's down there, and that's £12.95 for 25 metres. That would do a tablecloth or two, wouldn't it? Nice.
That's it.
So when you've rick racked all the way around, what do we do then?
I'm going to take the tailor's tacks now. The tacks. I keep saying tailor's tacks. And
and I keep saying the same. So what's the difference between a tack and a tailor tack?
Tailor tack is when you want a mark on both sides of the fabric.
Oh, when
instead
you're
of using the fabric marker
or something.
That's
right.
it. So
I'm with you.
And that's what you actually tap the notches
So this is just tacking. This is just tacking
normal
is
tacking.
just to keep things in place.
Yes.
We've got to get these terms right, haven't we? Because otherwise, someone out there will say, "Oi."
That's tacking, not tailor tacking. So, because I've done this, it's not so simple just to pull it out.
No, absolutely. Now, of course, dressmaking is your background, isn't it? Dressmaking is what you do.
Yes.
In fact, you told me a lovely thing earlier, that dressmaking was always the dream.
Yeah.
But that years ago you couldn't make a proper living at it.
No.
So you became an accountant.
So.
But now you're living the dream.
Then 2 years ago, I sold my house with my daughter's guidance and followed my dream.
Fabulous.
Because she said, Mum, you've always struggled, so why don't you just go and do exactly what you've always wanted to do? So I got to my 50s and I thought, that's it. That's exactly what I'm going to do, follow my dream.
That's fabulous.
I'll still do accounts one day a week. So
well, you know, it's nice to keep your hand in with numbers, I think.
Yeah.
I used to teach maths, and it's amazing when you're not working with figures every day. You do sort of forget stuff.
You forget.
You wouldn't think that you would, but you do, and so it's like anything. And so, but it's the same with sewing, isn't it? The more you sew, and this is why I say to everybody, just sew. It doesn't matter what the end result ends up looking like. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And then, you know, I look at my art when I was learning to draw, and I remember being absolutely thrilled with pictures. I look back at them now and go, oh my goodness, wow.
Did I really do that?
But because I've progressed so far, but I was so thrilled with that first thing.
Yes.
You know, and it's a marker as to how much you've progressed and how well you've done, how well you've improved. And so, do you know what? Get this fabric. If you love it, if it brings you delight, if you absolutely think that the colours are divine and spring-like and just spring in a pot, then just grab it because it is absolutely stunning, and then use it.
This is taking so long.
And make yourself happy. Do you want me to do that? I'll pull those out.
No,
and
I was just going to say,
bit.
I was just going to, what I'm going to do, because of time, and we want to do the tablecloth as well this time. Now, what we do, the first thing you do, pretend that's all gone.
Okay.
First thing you do, we're going to now do the Insulite.
Right.
Insubright. So you put both right sides together of the fabric on top of each other, the placemats, if you're doing reversible. And then the Insubright goes on top.
Right.
And then you pin the corners. And then you're going to machine around the whole of the perimeter.
Right. And do you have to change your needle or anything to go through this? It's you just work it like a normal wadding.
Yeah, just like. Then that's the thickness of it, you see. So there's no loose.
Excellent.
And then what I will do is leave a corner open.
Right.
To turn.
Ah, bagging out.
So so that's what I'll do to turn it to the right side.
Do you leave yourself a little code or anything to tell you not to? Some of our designers, they put sort of double pins in or pins in upside down to tell themselves, don't sew here. Because the number of times that I've just got carried away and all the way around, and I go, oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
You can do. I just make sure I start. I will start there and know to finish there.
You've got to finish there. Oh, okay. Everybody's got their own sort of codes, haven't they?
Yeah.
Lovely.
So that's it. So then we go back to the machine. There's the needle. And then I will start here and I will go in 1 centimetre.
So 1 centimetre seam allowance on there. Okay.
So while I'm sewing,
we're working with the Tanya Whelan fabrics. Let me show you these because they truly are beautiful. This is what Janice is making. I'm thinking spring fete here. I'm thinking summer barbecues, all those sorts of things. That is just going to really cheer up your house. Now, we've got down there, you've got your tablecloth there, edged in red. We do have those plain fabrics on the show as well today. So if you go to sewingquarter.com, underneath the show, you'll see everything that we've got on there, so you can go straight to shopping from there. But the garden ticking in yellow is the one that the tablecloth is made out of. We've also got it in the blue, but then we've also got those beautiful Lola Rose fabrics. Absolutely gorgeous. If this doesn't brighten up your day, I just don't know what will. Absolutely stunning. Now, whether you want to tick, you don't have to tick at all. You don't have to do any rick-rack. But if you want to do some rick-racking in red, you can. If you want to do it in the natural colour, then you can. Or if you just want to leave the edge of your table mat absolutely plain, you can do so. We've got it in red here, and we've got it in white there. Both very, very pretty. So that's what we're making here today. Because it's one of those things, isn't it? If you're eating outside on your wooden table, sometimes it's nice to put down a tablecloth, just to or table mats, just to make it a little bit better. Because you know, sometimes there can be a few splinters in your wooden table, can't there? All sorts of things. So it just makes it really nice. And then also, if you're sitting on a bench, then that's very definitely a place. A place, because otherwise, you know, people can take up too much space on a bench, can't they? You get the bench hoggers. So we just whiz around here. So you take your time at home. Right. Just relax and enjoy what you're doing. There we go, just round there. Now, which are you going to go for? The blue or the yellow? I think they mix and match beautifully, actually. I think you can get away with both. I think they're really stunning.
I think whatever you do, you can throw them on top of each other, can't you?
Yeah, and they they really complement. We had when I was growing up, we had curtains in the sort of a yellow, very similar to that. And so I think I'm drawn towards yellow because it's that.
Oh, I love yellow.
Yeah, it's bright and summery and cheery. But you can really see with these are a modern take on those classics, and it's a little bit kitsch, it's a little bit retro, but it's absolutely stunning, with just the most beautiful colourways in there. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you're after the Lola Rose fabric in the yellow, which is the one on the right, obviously, because that's yellow, then that's £6.95 per half a metre. So they're all £6.95 per half a metre, which I think is excellent value for a designer of this calibre. It's all top quality cotton, all 100% cotton. You can wash it, you can wear it, you can make dresses out of this, you can do your home furnishings, you can do your bags. Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking that with the Insole Bright, you could do nice little picnic bags, things like that. But we worked out that with half a metre, you can do 6 table mats, can't you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
That's just one side, and then I would get a contrasting one, and then get a half a metre and do the other half, the other side of them. And then, but you could get 50 coasters out of a half a metre.
They come in later. So, next thing we do now, you've done that, you turn it right side out.
Okay, we're turning.
So, and you do need quite a bit to turn this, because with normal fabric you'd only need a little bit, but because of the insole being thicker, you need that bit more of an opening.
Yeah.
You
so that Insole Bright.
Yeah, you've got to allow for that.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit tricky.
Well, I'm going to leave you to have a moment of pulling that through. And I'm going to show you the Insole Bright, because this is incredibly popular. Again, every time we bring this to air, you absolutely love it. I think because you're thinking of all those different projects you can do with it. So whether it is table mats to protect your table, whether it's going to be hot and cold bags for your food, whether it's going to be a table protector so you can put your hair straighteners down, whatever it is, this one has got the job. It's even got on the back how to make an oven glove. An oven mitt, you can do that. So it reflects your hot and cold energy back to its source. You don't have to pre-wash it, it's all pre-washed, and it is washable. So you can, when you get it dirty, you can wash it. And you can tumble dry if needed. Yeah.
It's really good stuff because it's very washable.
Loads. This isn't necessarily the easiest product to find on the high street, and we've always had lots of messages in about what great price we've bought it to you for. So £5.95 for, now, in inches, 45 inches by yard, but otherwise that's 1.143 metres by 91.44 centimetres. There you go. So basically a lot. And you can do, out of one packet of this, you can do your 6 table mats, the size that Janice has done them, and 6 matching coasters as well,
That's
which
it.
we'll see in the later show.
And later show to go with these.
How are we doing
That's
here?
it. So once it's turned, there we go.
Actually, this is quite handy having the rick rack on there because you've got something to
You
sort
pull.
of
You pull it
come
out.
out.
So yeah, so that's what you do. And then of course, then by hand, all you do is you can give it a press, and then all you do then is
Because you
just
can press this.
tuck that in and just hand sew it down there.
What sort of
So-
stitch would you use?
Well, there's a stitch that you can go into the fabric with that is invisible.
So your
So-
ladder stitch, that sort of.
So yeah, and it goes into the actual. Ooh,
There
goes
you go.
in. So, but that's it.
Janice is bringing us a spring spectacular with beautiful table mats, everything that you need for your summertime and spring garden fetes, maybe barbecues, birthday parties, anything like that. Maybe take these on your picnic. Oh, hang on a minute. Because you could wrap, if you've got drinks you want to keep cold, you could wrap.
Your drinks, your wine.
Your wine.
Your wine.
Let's get straight to the point. You'd have to do the little bottles.
Yeah.
You could wrap them, and then that would keep them cold, and it would protect them as you put them in your picnic camper.
That's it.
And then you unwrap them, and everyone's got a little table mat.
So then all you do is sew.
So if you just pinned that,
Pin that, and then just sew it through the rip there and the rip back in, and that's it. And we'll be finished then.
Lovely.
And then again, you can top stitch. Do
you want to top stitch?
Contrasting
or in
colour
the white?
or in a white.
Yeah,
You
let's
want to do
see that top stitched. Why not? Whilst you top stitch, I'm going to go and have a look at some of the fabrics.
Okay.
Come with me. I'll see you in a moment.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
So these fabrics, as we can see on the tablecloth here, it really is a statement piece. Absolutely stunning, but this could be any of the fabrics, and it just brings things to life. Maybe, with the things that you make, you do summer fetes, and you have tables at craft fairs and things like that. Why not absolutely make your table very, very beautiful with this? This is the yellow ticking here. So this is your yellow ticking from the Lola range, which is all about those beautiful roses. £6.95 per half metre, as all of our Tanya Whelan material is. Now, of course, Tanya Whelan, known for her beautiful retro, fresh, gorgeous designs, taking those classics, putting that modern, fresh spin on it, and this is the result. You'll know them. You'll have seen them in magazines. You'll have seen them in places like John Lewis and at Liberty's in London. That's where else she's stocked here. So this is the yellow here, bright and fresh, zesty. Now, each of these fabrics from Tanya Whelan for a half metre, £6.95. This doesn't go out of fashion. It's just beautiful, that soft floral, but there's no reason why you can't. If you're quilting with these, then you can make, you can fussy cut and really make that rose that main feature if you wish. Absolutely stunning. MWRW70 is your code for that. Lovely. So same design and different colourway, but there's no reason if you're doing scatter cushions, maybe for a conservatory or kitchen or something, that you couldn't do, you could do them in the yellow and the blue and have contrasting. I think this is beautiful. I thought the yellow was my favourite, but I think I've just changed my mind. I love this. But then I get the yellow out and then I love the yellow. That's why you've got to have both. £6.95 per half a metre. Treat yourself. Look at that. They are lovely. They are lovely colours, aren't they? You can relax with these. So, you get your picnic out. Glass of wine. Really lovely. But then, you see, maybe you want to have a contrast. So maybe you want these for the front of your cushion, and then you want to have something slightly plainer on the back. Then why not go for your crisscross? This could be your tablecloth. Maybe this is your tablecloth, and then you have your table mats as the feature. But you see, that could also be the back of your cushions. Or it could be a summer dress however you want to play it. This is it in yellow, £6.95. All of them £6.95. Again, from world-renowned Tanya Whelan. HTRW 86. That's it in yellow. We've also got it in blue. Look at that. With the pink and the red stripe through there. Absolutely gorgeous. So just beautiful. Now, I hear the sewing machine has stopped.
Yeah. So
how are we doing?
That's it. So
look at that. Really pretty.
So it is pretty.
So we've made that today. So this is the ticking. It's really pretty, that.
They're pretty, aren't they?
I really like that. Do you know what, though? Because these have such big designs, there's no reason why you couldn't almost
take an applique off there
and applique and put it on there.
Yeah.
Can you or applique that onto there?
Back. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jill in West Yorkshire, good morning to you. Very informative channel, full of inspiration, she says. And she just bought the Insel Bright. Good for you. You are going to love it. Everybody loves the Insel Bright. £5.95 for that. Fab. We'll get all the information up on the screen for you for that. Absolutely lovely. So we've got our table mats. We're feeling hungry.
So we need a tablecloth as well to go with this.
Are you a tablecloth age? Do you always pop a tablecloth out?
I do in the summer. I do in the garden now.
Well, yeah, I think
not so much in the house, but I do.
But outside in the garden, you never know what's
in
been
the garden,
stood on the table.
I love it all to look really pretty.
Yeah, and then you can get candles out to make it look beautiful. Your citronella candles and
citronella to keep the bugs away.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the joy of summer dining, isn't it? But you can make it beautiful.
You can with all the different colours.
So we've made the table mats. 6 of these you can get out of a ½ metre. Mix and match them up, but the fabric is just gorgeous. Now,
tablecloth.
How much fabric did you use for the tablecloth? Because ½ metre gets you your 6.
This is a metre of fabric, and that.
Should we do it the right way around?
That's a metre of fabric.
That's the design.
The actual yellow is the metre, but I've made it bigger by adding on a trim.
Yeah.
So. And I've actually mitered the corners as well.
You clever thing.
So, and of course, with it being a quilting channel as well.
Yes.
They do a lot of mitering.
Yeah, now what does mitering mean for anybody that's going? I don't know. What you?
It's just a neat way of attaching the 2 strips of fabric, the 2 trims together, if you know what I mean.
So it gives you. There you go. So look at that. Very neat.
It just holds it down.
Yeah, lovely.
So to mitre the corner.
Are we going to show how to mitre?
Yeah.
Lovely.
So
she's got the she's got the mitre's touch.
I've got the mitre's touch.
Says our producer Paul. That was not me. That dreadful joke was not me.
Right. Let me just make sure. Got enough. So what we need to do on the strip, you cut it the length of the fabric.
Right.
So on the one side I'm doing now it's 39.40, but then you have to add onto each side 1.5 inches to get. You have to have a lap over like that on both sides to match.
Okay.
So that's what we've got to do.
So we're using the beautiful Lola. Now, this is from Tanya Whelan. This is your Lola. It's probably a design that you will recognise. You'll have seen somewhere, whether it be on the front of a magazine or whether it's in places like John Lewis, places like that. Then you will recognise this fabric. And also, she does a lot of paper crafts as well. So it might be that you've seen it in that sort of format. This is a metre. So if you're after a metre for your tablecloth, then you have to put 2 units when you're buying online. So £6.95 for ½ metre.
3 inches, wasn't it? I'm just checking what I've cut.
That's all right. You check away. What is it they say? Measure twice, cut once.
That's true.
That's what my grandma always used to say.
She
knew a thing or two, did my grandma. Here we go.
So
now, you're left-handed, aren't you? Are you all right with those scissors?
Yeah. I'll use anything that I'm given, to be honest. So I've always, to be honest, because years ago, don't forget, you never got left-handed scissors, you never got left-handed
Did you not?
stuff.
Well,
No.
it wasn't a thing.
No. So you just had to get on with it.
I remember there being an entire episode of The Simpsons when they opened up a left-porium and it was all selling left-handed things. And it just never really occurred to me that left-handed people would have problems getting stuff.
Shall I tell you the hardest thing that I always found?
What?
This is when I was an accountant. You know, company checkbooks?
Yeah.
With the old checkbooks before all this social stuff
newfangled online
paying
business.
people through the bank. You can't write in the check stub. The checkbooks used to be like that thick.
Yeah.
And you can't write in the check stub.
Oh.
You struggle to write in the check stub.
You see?
Yeah.
These daily dilemmas
that's been
that you
left-handed.
left-handed people have to
Things
cope
like
with.
that.
Respect.
That was where I found I struggled the most, was with the checkbooks.
Isn't it funny?
Company
Things you wouldn't
checkbooks.
even think about.
Yeah.
So we're cutting a 3-inch strip from here.
And then I'm going to turn in the edge.
Now, you see, instantly,
on the machine.
I can see a dressmaker here because she's gone in with the scissors. Quilters cutter. There seems to be the divide. No, it is one of those things. You see, my grandmother was a dressmaker. She was a seamstress, so I was always taught with scissors. So I'm having to try to learn with rotary. But you see, do you know what? When you get pretty scissors like this,
they're lovely, aren't they?
It all makes everything really rather lovely. These are your rose gold.
They're
absolutely gorgeous. $16.95. The rose gold effect there, lovely. EYGQ87. They're not like real gold because that would be a cracking price, wouldn't it? $16.95 for solid gold scissors.
Probably about £800.
Yeah, we've just moved the decimal the wrong way. So if you want the rose gold effect scissors, and they're really rather lovely, $16.95. I think you can see the mark of the quality by the fact that Janice can cut them left-handed with a right-handed pair of scissors. Of course, if you want the little matching snips, look, it's a family of scissors.
Gorgeous. Absolutely
then we've got those.
stunning.
I think those are like £5.95 or something. So
They're
that's a little treat for
They're
yourself.
Beautiful.
It's a nice pair, isn't it? It's a nice gift for someone.
And they cut beautiful.
Mother's Day.
Beautiful.
Now you are floor manager Amy's mum.
I was going to say.
We'll give her that hint later. But like, Amy, what your mum really wants for Mother's Day is
these scissors.
Yeah, because they're pretty. Yeah,
they're lovely from the sewing box. Gorgeous.
We'll tell her later. Don't worry, we'll tell her later. We will pass that message on. Now, what are we doing with this?
What I've got to do, we've cut that out on the edge, so we have to turn it in.
Now
neaten it.
You're just turning over the salvage. This is a white fabric, so it doesn't matter. You can just turn it over.
And then just sew it, machine it down again. That's it.
And then you can use that salvage as a guide, can't you, as to how much to turn?
That's it.
So and you're not going to see that bit because that's going to be underneath.
It's going to be underneath. Always use the salvage if you can. You save your fabric.
Well, absolutely. I'm all for that.
I must admit, though, on the one fabric, I did have to, for the project I'm doing now, I did have to cut the salvage off. Because sometimes the designers put their names on the on the salvages.
Scribble all over your fabric.
So, sometimes you do have to cut them off.
I know a lot of designers will cut off that salvage. And because often the designers will put. I don't know if they have on this one actually. Let me grab it and have a look. Oh no, look, it has. Look on this.
It doesn't
matter. Whilst you do that straight seaming, look. I think that it's always actually. This was a tip that I picked up from one of our other designers. You can see that this is your Lola.
That's it.
By Tanya Whelan. And then it gives you the code, so if you ever need to buy more. But then you see here, it gives you all the different colours. So you've got 8, 9, 10 different shades in there. So if you want to match it, then just take that with you. Rather than having to take the whole fabric, if you want to match it to anything, then you absolutely can. But you know what? We've matched colours for you, and we've got those on the show. But if you want to get in touch with us, we would love to hear from you. Thank you, Christine, for getting in touch. So let me know. Let me show you how to get in touch. That's the better way. Yeah. So on the website, there we are. There I am. And then underneath, so you have to log in to view the show. And then underneath, there's message the studio. And if you message the studio, that's our web chat. So that comes straight through to our producer and director upstairs. And then if you go underneath there, because you know I keep saying it's on the show, it's on the show, it's on the website. If you want to email the studio and send in your photos, which we love to see, by the way, because we're a bit nosy like that, then it's studio@sewingquarter.com. Then underneath there, that's everything that we've used on the show. That's kind of your shopping list from the show. So everything that we've used there is there. And you know I keep saying we've got the planes that match the fabrics. They're on there as well. You see, because I wouldn't have necessarily put those colours with it, but we've coloured, because on the screen it doesn't look like the right colours, but actually when it's not on the screen, together. It works. Insel Bright, very, very popular, $5.95 for a great big wodge of that.
And that goes such a long way.
It does, doesn't it? So you've got out of that, you can get your 6 table mats and your 6 coasters easy out of one of those. This is very cost effective. I like that. Oh, Mary, I've got a message for you. Just give us a call. And sorry that you're having a few problems, but just give us a call. The number's down here. This is a UK free phone number, 0800 112 4433. Just give us a call. Oh, and Jennifer's asked about the Insel Bright. Is it suitable for oven gloves and pot holders? Well, here's the thing. There you go. You even get a pattern for your oven glove. I think you might have to scale it up. It's more like a child size. but there you go. You can. So yes, absolutely. In fact, shall I read what it says? The Warm Company is pleased to present Insel Bright, an insulating material ideal for home sewers and crafters. With today's focus shifting to home and family, sewers and crafters are choosing simple, practical projects to use in their home and as gifts. Pot holders, oven gloves, casserole covers. Casserole covers, is that a thing?
Would you bother?
Well, teapot cozies. Tea cozies, yeah. There we go. Our fun, practical projects and safe with Insel Bright.
I'll tell you who would have used the casserole cover. Brie in Desperate Housewives.
Yes! she would have done, yes.
She'd have done the casserole cover.
Yeah,
definitely.
She'd have loved this,
Brie.
Wouldn't she? She'd have been all over this.
This is all Brie.
Yeah. And it says a layer of cotton is recommended to absorb condensation. Let's not tell Tanya Whelan that we're using her cotton to absorb condensation. Let's not mention that to her. But that's why you need...
Oh gosh,
today before we get in trouble.
We're mad. We're getting worse.
So, using the Tanya Whelan fabric,
let's make this beautiful Brie
your
tablecloth.
daughter's coming now. She's going to tell you off. Here we go. So we're making beautiful Tanya Whelan tablecloth. That's your end there.
That's it. That's my end to do.
So you just got a metre of this, and went, yeah, that'll do. I love that.
So now I've got to apply this. So what we're going to do now, you go over the 1.5 inch on there, but what you've also got to do is you do not sew it including this 1.5 inch. You have to start it 1/4 inch from inside the seam.
Oh, from where the yellow starts.
Yes.
So start 1/4 inch.
So you have to start 1/4 inch in from there.
Okay.
So if you have a fabric marker, mark it 1/4 inch in. So, but I'll use a pin.
Okay, that works.
Okay, just 1/4 inch in, because you need room to... You'll see.
It'll be a big reveal.
So it will be a big reveal. So then we just pin it.
I think this is beautiful. I want a dress out of this.
Right, let me just turn this round because of me dantedness.
Sorry, there was me just wafting the fabric around.
It's like with my ironing board. When the mother comes, she'll put the ironing board up one way, and then when she's gone, I'll turn it back my way.
Is she right-handed? Yeah, you see.
So I do everything back to front.
No, that's fair enough. Now,
so
you're a dressmaker by trade.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you make out of this, dress-wise?
A dress, shift dress.
A shift dress?
For the summer. Shift dress. Yeah. Or skirts. Nice. Not so much a skirt, though. I'd do dresses, really.
Oh, you're a dress girl?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It'd be beautiful, wouldn't it?
I think what it is, it's because I'm small. A blouse would be nice as well. I think it's because I'm small. Because it's like tunics look good on small people because you've got that length and a shift dress.
Okay.
Whereas a skirt splits you in two.
Right.
So I do more dresses than I do
So what about for
skirts.
someone big like me?
A nice shift dress, because you're tall, you can carry yourself anyway. Do you know what I mean? But a nice skirt as well.
Oh, we've had a
circular skirt.
Oh, yeah.
What we did the other day.
Yeah, but just bigger.
Just bigger.
Bigger. Now, we've had a message. Who have we had a message from? From Sean. Hello, Sean. Oh, she loves the Tanya Whelan fabric. Do you know what's not to love? It's happy. This is wake up and feel happy, isn't it? Sandra's asked about the rick-rack. What would you like to know? Is it colour fast or does it need to be washed? Good question.
It can be washed.
It can be washed. So if you're in any way unsure, wash it first.
Wash it first. Just put it under the tap, under a hot tap, and just make sure.
There you go.
I would.
I mean, that one is sort of natural coloured anyway, so that's not going to run. But if you're worried about the red, then yeah, pop it through the washer first. Yeah.
That's it.
Insel Bright, very popular again. Loads of you. Double ordering. Do you know what? If you are, can you tell us what you're going to make with it? Because I'm intrigued.
I know. Gives you ideas as well.
It does. Absolutely it does.
See, we're women, we always want ideas for ourselves to make things, don't we?
Of course we do.
Especially with the 3-year-old boy as well.
Absolutely.
You need lots of ideas.
Oh, yeah, so tell us.
Especially for children. So I'll just carry on sewing this and starting 1/4 inch in.
Now, when you got this, because was this the first time you'd seen the Insel
First time I've used it, yeah.
Well, I guess the thing is, as a dressmaker, you don't need to insulate many dresses, do you?
No, that's
so
it.
a nice little treat.
I love that. Yeah, it was just like a thick interfacing. See, I've always used lots of interfacing, you see.
So if you are a dressmaker, it's like a thick interfacing, but very easy to use. And did it just say, right, placemat, that's what you're making?
Yeah.
There you go.
Placemat.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Placemat and tablecloth.
So the Insel Bright is inside the table mat. So it just, not only does it give it that extra wadding, that extra padding, and that extra protection, but it's also protecting your table. Multi-purpose. And it'll keep your plate warmer for longer. I got told off by my dad the other day for not warming his plate first.
They did years ago, didn't they?
But the thing was, it was actually it was at Christmas. It was Christmas. We had every possible everything in use. There wasn't any room to warm the plates. And I'm really sorry, but we can either have our dinner later with warm plates and cold food, or it is the dream, isn't it? A warm plate.
It is,
and you can do it with these. But you say also it's going to protect your tabletop, isn't it? What are we doing, Janice, over here? So what's going on?
See, what I did, that went off.
Right.
So I got my seam ripper and pushed it back.
I like this seam ripper little...
Because when you're sewing, and you've only got a few pins for quickness.
Yes.
So years ago, I'd had to tack that when I was with my mum. But now, with the seam ripper, you can just if it goes off, if I just show you, you can just literally push that over and that will hold it.
Your mum, of course, was also a seamstress.
Yeah.
And she used to make you tack everything for her.
Tailor tack all the seams. Yeah. So I wasn't interested in sewing for lots of time. Because I used to get bored halfway through because a dress would take me like 2 weeks to make, whereas now I can make a dress in a day.
Oh, yeah, it's different, isn't it? So you get that gratification of, yes, it's done. Now, when you come to the end, do you need to leave that...
just leave that 1/4 inch at the end as well, and just do your reverse stitch to seal the knot it. So then you've got... That's it. So then you've got that. Again, it's a bit more than... Well, got to take the pins out that I never took out. That's it.
There we go. Okay.
So here, that's slightly over. It's probably the strips was slightly bigger because it was 45 inches. So all you do is we just trim that off, like so.
Okay.
Okay. So then you're left with that. And you'll have that all the way round.
Yeah.
But again, for quickness, I'd already mitered these.
Yes. So can we miter this edge?
What you do now?
Yeah.
You have to fold the fabric into a diagonal shape.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, from one corner to the other corner.
Right. So we're mitering right now.
So
We've got our
nice.
beautiful metre of your Tanya Whelan beautiful fabric. Here it is. There's your metre. And so that's 2 units when you order online. If you're in any way confused, then just phone up and order it from them over to phone. So we've... What do we do then?
Hang on a second. Let's start with this side.
Okay.
That's it.
So we've done it in a diagonal.
Do it in a diagonal.
Mm-hmm. So lots of you getting in touch. Thank you ever so much. We do love to hear from you. And if you'd like to message in any of the ideas as to what you're going to use your insole bright for, then do. Susan, thank you very much for your picture.
And then what
She's been making an EPP quilt.
So then what you have to do...
Right, OK, so we're on a diagonal.
You're
Let's
on a
pay
diagonal.
attention. Sorry, I was chatting.
No, don't worry. So you're on your diagonal. Then you have to get your ruler.
Right.
And a pen. Got my pen in my tray. And then you mark down that diagonal there.
Now this is with your air erasable pen, all available on the website. Everything that you see will be available on the website.
So
right.
That's
in line
there.
with that.
Yes.
Perfect.
So, and then what you do, you machine without catching in the seam.
Yeah.
Down that line.
Okay, cool.
Okay. But if you can bring the edges a bit together. That's it. Okay, and then you sew that diagonal down.
So you sew down that diagonal.
And you just start, you don't catch in the seam.
Okay.
Okay, you have to do it from under the yellow fabric there.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? It's just from the bottom of the seam.
Let me show you this. Whilst you do that sewing, let me show you this. Woo-hoo-hoo. Which is your favourite? Yellow or the blue? Which is your favourite, Janice? The yellow or the blue?
The blue.
Is it? You see, I think that, and then I get the yellow out, and I think...
But I am a yellow person, but on this I love the turquoise blue.
It's stunning. It is absolutely stunning. So we've got the beautiful roses. Now, I mean, she even suggests you could applique, you could fussy cut, and you could applique. Maybe you wanted to do that and then get the check and then applique onto there. Or onto a dress or a pair of jeans or anything. You could do that, couldn't you? You're the designer, that's the beauty of it. So this is the blue one here. All of these, $6.95 for a ½ metre. Now, a ½ metre gives you your 6 table mats. ½ metre would give you 50 coasters. Now, let's have a look at this,
so
this
I've
corner.
actually stitched down there.
Right on that line that you...
Right on the line.
Yep, well done.
So then what you do, open it out, and as you can see then, that's what you're left with.
Oh, lovely.
But to neaten it up on the inside, again, if you have an overlocker, overlock your raw edges first.
Right.
And then
if you don't
have an overlocker, on the actual edge there, you can always, you know, turn it
turn
a bit wider and then turn it under and then machine. But here, rather than cut it, you can cut it, but I wouldn't. I'd literally open it out and from the right side do a top stitch as a square.
Oh, it just reinforces that edge, doesn't it?
I never caught that in properly there, look. But that's what
there we go. Now get in touch with us whilst Janice machines that.
So just machine down the edge. And I keep losing it. I keep pushing it under.
She'll be back. There we go.
I'll be back.
Now, Leslie's messaged in. Hello, Leslie. She says the insole bright. She's making 3 cushions. What's a stadium cushion? That's what she's making. Oh, I don't know what that is.
A what?
What's a stadium cushion? Oh, right, Leslie, email back in. Tell us what that is. I've never heard of that.
No, I haven't. Stadium cushion.
Nice.
It's got to be something. She's going to the rugby.
Oh, you reckon?
The stadium.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yeah, maybe it is, because you get those plastic seats, don't you? And you don't want to... Oh.
It might be if she's going to the rugby.
Leslie, let us know, because if that sounds like a brilliant idea.
Because the rugby is on this weekend, I think, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, it's my husband that follows all the sports. I just know that that's time that I've got for sewing.
That's you.
Oh, lovely.
So,
okay.
and you do all the edges the same, and that's how you do all the edges.
Fab.
So that's the other one.
Nice.
So, and then you just do them all the same.
So if you'd like to get in touch, then you can email studio@sewingquarter.com, or underneath where we're live on the website sewingquarter.com, there's a little box that just says message the studio. That's our web chat. So if you're sending us photos of your projects, send them to studio@sewingquarter.com. But otherwise, message, if you just want to send a text type message, then that's from there. And then everything on the show, all of that beautiful ticking, the roses, the solids that go beautifully with this, and then that check, it's all in there and it's all on the show. Even down to your stitch ripper that you use so expertly to just shove things over a little bit so that you get that perfect line.
Perfect line.
Nice.
That stitch ripper tip I picked up. Oh.
No, you see, this is the thing, isn't it?
A lifesaver.
Everybody calls it something different. Is it stitch ripper or seam ripper? It does the same, doesn't it?
Yes.
Does exactly the same. Also on the show, of course, we've also had the beautiful scissors, the rose-coloured scissors as well. Oh, there's your seam ripper down there. £2.95. For what you've managed to do with that, that's great. And now we've got your Insole Bright.
Yeah.
Do we know yet what a stadium cushion is? I think you're bang on the mark there.
Could be.
I think it's for those cold plastic seats.
Horrible chairs, aren't they, in these stadiums?
Oh, 3 football fans. There you go. Oh, thank you for messaging back in. Yeah. So she's making them for 3 football fans so that when they go, they can keep their bottoms warm.
That's great. Great idea.
Put it in the Tanya Whelan fabric. They'll absolutely love you for that, won't they?
It's 50p boys. No, what fabric? Yeah, Tanya Whelan. But that one can be for the boys.
Oh, yeah, so give the boys the check, the Tanya Whelan check. There you go.
And she can have the one with the roses on just to be completely...
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. OK, we'll let them get away with that. Beautiful.
Oh,
so if you want the crisscross fabric in blue, that's down there. All of the Tanya Whelan fabric, £6.95 per half metre. If you want a metre, you just put 2 in the quantity box.
Yeah.
It's all on the half metre. But they just are fresh and vibrant and really rather gorgeous.
They're lovely.
It's light and modern, isn't it? Really, really beautiful. So whether you're going for the blues or whether you're going for that gorgeous yellow, I think you can mix and match.
You can.
I really do. Because it's just beautiful. It's almost pop-arty, isn't it? Yeah. If you go with that. Margaret's messaging. Thank you, Margaret. She's used the Insole Bright using oven gloves.
Oh, really?
Nice. You could have oven gloves out of this, couldn't you?
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous. We've got less than a minute left. Where did that hour go? Janice, you're back though, aren't you? You're back.
I'm back later. Yeah, doing the coasters.
In an hour, doing the coasters that are going to match this.
Coasters to match.
You're going to be all sorted for your summer picnics and outdoor eating and summer faints and napkins.
Napkin rings and
napkin rings as well.
Yeah, all to match. So...
Lovely.
Nice.
Now, coming up after the break, we've got lovely Victoria is back with... Now, if you thought this was vibrant, just you wait till you see the fabrics next hour. Absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. That's
Go and have a cup of tea, and I'll see you in an hour.
That's lovely.
The Sewing Quarter is a new inspirational sewing and quilting channel here to help educate our viewers with some of the best designers in the business. We hope to bring you some exciting demonstrations with some of the top industry experts. We're part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multi-platform company who operate some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our first TV shopping channel adventure with Jewellery Maker to several successful magazines such as Simply Sewing, Radio Times, BBC Good Food and many more. We've been working incredibly hard to set up and bring you our new exciting channel, and we hope that we can help inspire you with new ideas and projects. Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter!
Join us this weekend where we'll be featuring classic pre-cuts from the Kaffe Fassett Collective at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.
Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.
Sewing Quarter are delighted to announce that the highly respected sewing and quilt designer Mandy Shaw of Dandelion Designs will be joining us on Saturday the 25th of February for her debut show. Mandy will be showing us her latest famous spoolie doll, as well as a range of inspirational kits and patterns. So join us at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. on the 25th of February for a Saturday special with Mandy Shaw.
Hello, welcome back. Have you grabbed your cup of tea? Have you joined us? Maybe you've just come in, I don't know, from the school run, walking the dog, whatever it is you've done this morning. Hello, we're here at the Sewing Quarter. We are live until 12. Then you can watch us again online at sewingquarter.com, or you can go on YouTube and you can find all of our shows on YouTube. So if you've missed something, you've missed a project that you just simply have to make, then check us out on YouTube as well. Now, this hour, I told you they were bright, didn't I? I told you that vibrancy is the word. Now, this is your Batik fabrics, and they are super gorgeous. Look at these. It just is. It's exotic. It's just so exotic. So we're looking at, today we're going to use these for the first show. We've got these on 2 shows, so you've got plenty of chance to see them and get an idea of how to use these. But the patterns and the colours in these, just exquisite, vibrant, and we're going with our sort of, when we say spring spectacular, but these colours are going to take you from spring into summer, and actually with some of these hues you can get some autumn warmth in there as well. So these truly are a fabric for all occasion. Let's have a look at the different fabrics that we've got. So there we go. Oh, look at that. That is your Purple Rain. Very, very popular the very first time we brought this to air. For half a metre, it's £6.95. That's gorgeous, isn't it? What a beautiful print. And of course, you'll be able to pick out blues and greens and purples and navies with that. It's got so many colours that you can really pick out and play with. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's this one here. Really stunning. Let's have a look. Which one next shall we look at? This one. Look at, now, all 100% cotton. This is a good weight cotton as well. So if you are after all your bags, bags and cushions and things like that, absolutely perfect. This one is called Rainforest. Lovely. Look at that. All of these are all Batik designs. They're colourful, they're vibrant, they remind you of your holidays, don't they? They are happy holiday colours. Now, this hour, we'll go through all of these throughout the hours, but we're making this. So we're making a beach bag. Get your towel, get your sun cream, get it in your bag. This is the bag, isn't it, that you don't lose on the beach. You're always going to be able to see this one. Absolutely gorgeous. Perfect for this project. And the woman behind the project, it's Victoria Pete. Hello. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I saw you coming a mile off with that bag.
Do you know what, actually, when we were discussing these fabrics yesterday, when we were prepping for the show, our production manager, she said, what about a sarong?
Oh, yes, a nice wrap around over your swimming costume. That would be nice.
A sarong that you could then lay down on the sand.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Perfect for holidays.
And nice because you've got contrasting colours as well, so you could choose something from a different range, but it still coordinate.
Beautiful. Just lovely. So we're making this bag today, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
We're making this hour. What I like about this bag is that you've done nice wide straps.
Yes, because sometimes when you get tote bags, they've got really skinny straps and they fold up and they dig in and they're not very comfortable. So this is a good sturdy bag that will last, because when you sew something, you really want it to last.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And this you're going to want to use an awful lot. I'm all for cheery colours on a rainy day. So when I came in and I saw these, it's like, yes!
Today was a rainy day.
Yes!
I drove through a lot of rain this morning.
It is your sunshine on a rainy day. But what we've also brought in to show you is that you can use these fabrics for your other home decor things as well. So if you want to do cushions, then it's perfect for all of those sorts of things as well.
A lot of people like to use batiks in quilting as well.
Lovely.
Yeah, quite common in quilting.
Now, your hot pink leaf is that one.
Yes.
Really beautiful, isn't it? It is just a full-on jungle in a print, isn't it?
It's fab, and it's nice with the orange as well. I like the orange in with it against the pink.
Well, this is it, because, you know, we're calling it Spring Spectacular, but with these colours, firstly, they cheer up your spring, then they take you into the hot summer colours, but then you've got those autumnal tones through there as well. Now, obviously, as well on the show, we've given you your plain fabrics as well. So if you're making your cushions, then you might want to pop a plain either as a lining for your bag or on the back of your cushions. We'll show those later, but they are on the website. We have colour matched them for you.
I think it's always nice to have a really interesting lining.
Me too.
How many bags do you buy that have got black linings and really boring and you can't find anything?
But that's why you can make your own.
Exactly.
Now, buttons.
Buttons?
Buttons, buttons, buttons. I love this.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice print. Lovely.
I do have a friend that's got a fear of buttons.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
It's really odd.
So, but you couldn't be afraid of this fabric because it's absolutely stunning. Look at the cut. Hang on. Look at the colours in this. Look at that. You've got yellows, you've got oranges, it goes through to blues and purples. It's a rainbow, a veritable rainbow underneath. And then on top you've got this lovely pattern. And this is this the right side or the wrong side?
This is actually the wrong side.
That's the wrong side
but
of it.
The thing with batiks is actually there's very little difference between the right side and the wrong side because it's just really vibrant. Well, you can just about tell when you look at them. The main colour of the print is slightly different, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. If they're that close, if they're that similar, it's all right. Don't stress.
Victoria, where do we get started with this gorgeous bag? Because I want.
So what I've done is I took the size of a magazine and stuck it on the fabric and went, about that big, plus a bit to get in your water bottle and your sandwich and whatever and that kind of thing. So I've worked with a square that's, I think, 15 inches by 18 inches.
I'm giggling because I'm now getting an insight into what happens on your beach holidays. Magazine, sunscreen, and
lots
a sandwich.
Of sunscreen.
Done.
I get into the sun and turn beetroot.
Hang on, someone said you were from Australia.
Yeah, I am.
Then when did you move to England?
My mother spent my childhood slathering me in 15-factor cream.
Everything.
All time. No burning. Oh, dear.
Anyway, yeah.
So we've got the main part of the bag and cut the same again in... we're cutting the main part of the bag 18 inches by 15 inches.
18
by 15 across.
But this can be any rectangle you choose.
You can make a little diddy bag or you can make it a little bit bigger. It's completely up to you what size you want to make.
You could make a matching one with your insole, Bright, to keep your drinks cool.
Put your food in. Good idea. In a contrasting print.
Nice.
Be nice.
But of course, because we've got all of the different fabrics, you don't have to make your bags all the same.
No.
In fact, each member of your family could have a different bag, but you sort of it all looks coordinated, but they're not the same. So no arguments. You've got two girls.
Yes, I do. Always need same but different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. For this bag, I've done a slightly different treatment on the inside. Okay. So I've not just done the same size for the lining as I did for the outside of the bag. We're putting a facing in the top to give it a bit more structure and to look a little bit more polished.
Yeah. Is that easy to do?
Yeah. It's all rectangles. This whole pattern is just based on rectangles.
OK, so what difficulty level are we rating this at?
I would say this is for a confident beginner. Okay. Because it's all straight line sewing. You're cutting rectangles straight.
Yeah.
You're sewing straight. You just have to be careful with when you're pressing the handles. You've just got to take your time for the best finish possible.
Okay.
But other than that, straight lines. Not too tricky.
Happy days.
And a little pivot at the corner, but that's fine.
Okay, so you've already started. You've
Yes,
sewn.
so
What seam allowance have
I've
you
done a
allowed?
1/2 inch seam allowance on the main part of the bag. Once, so you've got the main part of the bag. For the lining, I said that we're doing a facing. So you're cutting a facing the same width as the bag.
What's a facing?
A facing is just how you turn the inside part of the bag. And if I open the bag out like this, you can see the lining doesn't come all the way to the top of the bag.
Right.
It's this section here is what's called a
when
facing.
you open it.
Yeah, logically speaking, that's exactly what a facing is the part that faces you. And it's just a bit more, like you said, professional looking and a bit smarter, a bit nicer. Yeah. And if you wanted to, you could put in a closure or something within that.
Or something, couldn't you?
Yeah. So the facing is cut exactly the same width as the bag, and I've cut the facing 3.5 inches deep.
Okay.
But that you can vary, but you want something substantial, otherwise there's no point in doing it. Then the lining is cut, again, the same width as the bag.
Yeah, so you're 15 inches.
Yeah, but we have to take off the allowance that you've made for your facing from this measurement, which is 3.5 inches, but you've got seam allowances
of a 1/2 inch.
Of a 1/2 inch on each one.
So the whole length would be, instead of was it 18 inches you went with?
Yes, this was 18 inches long.
So you
and
have
these
to do 19 inches.
No, a little bit more because you've got a seam allowance here, one here, one here, and one here. So this piece here is 15.5 inches tall, and then this one is 3.5 inches tall.
Okay, that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we're going to sew this to this to make that look nice, and then we've got another rectangle or 2 rectangles for your handles. And I've cut these. You can cut these across the width of the fabric because this is quite long.
Yes.
And trying to cut this out with your rotary ruler and cutter is quite difficult because you're moving the ruler. So you can actually cut this on the fold of your fabric. And the handles I've made 34 inches by 6 inches.
Okay.
And if you want a slightly narrower handle, it's your finished width of your handle times 4.
Right.
So you can just make it skinnier if you wanted to.
Because it's going to be folded.
The way I'm folding it is in half and in half.
Okay,
kind of
I
thing.
see what you mean.
So we'll look at that in a minute.
Excellent.
So those are your pattern pieces. Your main piece, which was 18 by 15.
Yeah.
Your lining, which was 15.5 by 15. Your facing, which was 3.5 by 15.
Yeah.
And your handles, which are 34 by 6. But you need 2 of everything.
Okay. I was thinking on my way into the studio this morning, why do we love bags? Why, as women, do we absolutely... And, you know, there's some men out there as well that absolutely love their bags, but what is it about? And the conclusion I came up with is I only have sort of one set of cushions out at a time. I've got others for different seasons or whatever, but that's it. But I can have a bag in lots of different colours and have that splash of colour on a different day.
Yeah, I've got so many bags, and I change them according to what I'm wearing.
Absolutely.
It's part of your expression of your style.
And it might be that, you know, this wouldn't be something that my husband would want in the house for cushions. I don't know why not, because I think it's beautiful. But for a bag, for the beach, it's that vibrancy, isn't it? So I can get away with all the fabrics that aren't to his taste, and I can have them in bags, so that I've still got that beautiful fabric.
I know. And you won't lose it on the beach.
No, you're not going to lose any of this on the beach.
No.
Excellent. So what do we do next?
So, like you noticed, I've already made a start on the outside of the bag. 1/2 inch seam allowance going down both the long edges and across the bottom of the bag. Then you just need to press these seam allowances open with your iron. But I've pre-done that to save some time. So we'll just move on to the lining of the bag.
Okay.
To show you what it looks like, I've got one finished here. So we'll just do 1/2.
So this is where we're getting to.
And this is what we're going to do next, where we have attached the facing to the lining of the bag, and it's just got a nice, which you can't quite see because of the thread, is a nice top stitch to keep the seam allowance in place.
Perfect. Okay.
So we're just going to sew one of those. So you get your lining and your facing, and I've interfaced the facing and the handles, but I haven't bothered with the main part of the bag because this is a really lovely, sturdy fabric.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not stiff, but it's a nice, sturdy fabric.
It's got a good movement to it. It's got a lovely movement to it, and I mean this is lined as well, so it's got a beautiful movement to it. Like you say, I think that's because it's got a nice tight weave.
Yes, it does, and probably the way that it's been treated in order to get the print onto the cotton.
All adds that sturdiness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it does mean that it's ideal for these projects. It's ideal for your home decor, but it's also ideal if you wanted to make a sarong or something like that.
Yes.
And you can get this by the ½ metre, so you can get as much as you need. Maybe you want matching sarong and bag. Nice.
Lovely. I like a bit of coordination.
Yeah. I yearn to be coordinated. It will
Aspirations to be perfectly turned out.
Yeah.
Yes, we all aim for that, but when you get up early in the morning,
I do
limit.
respect people that manage it. I don't necessarily do. Now, we're making beach bags today, so if you've joined us, we have got the most beautiful fabrics. They're batik. What does the term batik actually mean?
I think it just refers to the method in which...
The way in which
it's printed.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know the actual meaning and whether it means something else.
Because I always understood batik you sort of blocked out colours using wax.
Yes, I think it is like a relief.
The dye from getting to that. So you'd dye with one colour, then you'd wax what you didn't then want dyed, and then add the next colour on. I could be wrong, but that was when we did batiks at school. Was what we did.
Yes.
Now, whether that's what's happened with this fabric, I don't know, but the actual finish is stunning. So however they've done it, I salute them because it's really rather lovely. Look at that. Hot orange. Yeah, that's a beach bag in the sun with that on your tropical holidays.
That's
Nice.
me without sun cream on.
That's you without sun cream on. Amazing. Or the bits that you've missed.
Yeah, the bits I've missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That funny bit just on the back of your shoulder that you can't quite reach.
But if you want that hot orange, that beautiful, vibrant hot orange, it's £6.95 per ½ metre there. RQMY 53.
Just
Hello.
rearranging the set.
Let's move these around so you can get at the iron.
Get at the iron.
So, have you got any holidays planned?
I don't actually, and I've just missed out on the family holiday to Spain. They've gone across to Spain for a couple of days, and I missed out on that.
This would have been perfect for them.
I know. No, actually, it was a bit cold.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's lovely and sunny, but a bit cold. They were a bit chilly.
Oh, so at least then you don't feel... If they'd have come back saying it was absolutely perfect...
I know, then I would have felt a bit more upset.
But as is, OK, it was a bit too chilly to get in the pool.
It was too chilly for the pool, and I think they paddled in the sea, but that's not as far as
I
they
love
got.
paddling in the sea. OK, so this is your Purple Rain.
And I'm just pressing...
How many people are singing as we say that?
Probably quite a few. I'll not.
No.
If that's all right by you.
We don't want to scare people. £6.95. That's me singing, not you, by the way.
Oh, no, you don't. You do not want to hear my singing. Tone deaf.
£6.95 for your Purple Rain per ½ metre. It's a bit pretty, that, isn't it?
Oh.
Nice. So you've just ironed that.
Yes, and I've pressed the seam allowance towards the main body of the bag.
There.
So it's gone towards the main body of the bag.
Because you're going to top stitch along there.
Yes, I'm going to top stitch the lining to that seam allowance underneath.
So actually you're getting an extra bit of security.
A little bit more reinforcement, and it looks smart.
Nice.
If you have a look, when you're bag making, a good thing to do is to just have a look at all your bags at home.
Yeah.
All your shop-bought bags, and look at the little things that the manufacturers do when they construct your bags.
Because it is... haven't done, and then you go, paid a lot for that bag, could have done better myself.
You'd be surprised at some of the techniques used in bag making, actually. There's a lot of cardboard and glue inside bags that you don't realise.
Gosh.
You go, oh, good grief. Even expensive, well-branded products, cardboard and glue.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's just different construction.
Do you know what else I'm thinking about this? Your kids are school age, aren't they?
They are indeed.
Book bags?
Yes, book bags. Perfect for book bags. They're always bringing stuff home from the school library, and they love reading.
There you go, book bags. Go to the library with your book bags, stuff them full of books, and then you're going to know that they're yours.
Yes.
Lovely. Now let's have a look. This is your rainforest. Love this one. I love sort of the aquas in it. £6.95. But they're all sort of natural names, aren't they?
Yes, earthy.
So it's sort of quite evocative of that natural finish that it's got. Like it. Apart from the buttons.
Yes, but that's perfect for sewing people.
Absolutely. This could be a sewing bag, couldn't it?
Oh, yes. Or if you're going to a sewing club. You know, quite often people go out to quilt club or sewing, and you need somewhere to stash all your bits and pieces or your latest project.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, my next door neighbour, she makes lace, and she has all of her stuff in various beautiful bags.
Yes. Project bags.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm now going to attach the two sides of the lining together. When you do that, just try and make sure, if you can see on here, that you want to line up these junctions here. So you've got the facing and the lining on both halves. You don't want them to not match.
It's one of those little things that suggests done in a hurry.
Yes, little touches. And it will, things like that annoy me when I've made something and realise I've not matched something up.
Oh, no.
You think, oh, I wish I'd checked that.
It's just a little thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I always stick a pin at that point.
Right. When you go shopping for clothes and bags and things, do you check all the seams? Are you one of these people that's like, let's just see how good a quality
I
this
actually
is?
check things like construction techniques, how they've put that together and different ways that they've done things, because that's always really interesting. Because, I mean, mass production is different. They do everything for speed.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be slightly different to how you would make something at home. But, yeah, I think it's really fascinating to see how...
But I think, you know, by the time you've made this by yourself, you've got that sense of pride, haven't you? I go to the market every Saturday to get my fruit and veg.
Oh, you are good.
Oh, no, yeah. A lovely lady that runs our fruit and veg market, and she's absolutely lovely, and I've gone to her for years. Whenever we've lived in this area, I've always gone to her for my fruit and veg. Lovely Jan. Hello, Jan. And, you know, normally she'd give me those blue plastic bags.
Oh, yes.
It's all right, Jan. Got me in bags. Fill me up with your fruit and veg wares in there. And perfect, absolutely lovely.
Yep, we laugh at the 5p carrier bag charge.
We do. We absolutely do. You could, and actually, because you've got those wide straps, that's going to be nice and sturdy, because I buy a lot of fruit and veg. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It's like we're fruit bats in our house, and so it's not going to cut into my shoulder because it's nice and wide.
It's sturdy.
It's reinforced. It's sturdy.
And it's lined.
Yes.
So you've got 2 layers of fabric, which means it's a little bit stronger.
And I can wash it when something leaks.
Yes.
Actually, do you know what? When my raspberries leak, I'm not going to notice on that, am I?
You wouldn't on that one.
It's a very practical fabric.
And use this one when you're buying blueberries.
Absolutely. I like to pick my fabric for my fruits.
Is there one for bananas?
Yeah.
Right, before I start sewing.
Yes.
I am sewing round the outside of the lining, but... oh, hold on, am I? No, we're not leaving a space for turning through. I'm not concentrating because I'm chatting. We're not leaving a space for turning through.
Why
Are we leaving a space for turning through? I've gone completely blank.
We're going to have to turn
Yes,
it
we
through,
are turning
aren't we?
through. I couldn't remember because there's 2 different ways of doing linings. You either bag out or you drop in. And dropping
Which do you
in,
want to do?
We're bagging out, so we do need to leave a space. That could have been tricky in a minute, couldn't it?
Gosh.
Realised I hadn't left a gap for...
Can I introduce you to our £2.95 unpicker?
I almost needed that.
I felt awful the other day. I made one of our guests go wrong on purpose because we had a Brighten and unpicker with a funny thing on the end to like pull threads out.
So, pretend none of that happened.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we're going to sew these
Back
together.
to the plan.
But we're leaving a gap so that we can turn through. 1/2-inch seam allowance.
Okay. And you'll show us when you get to the corner, won't you? Your pivotty
I can
bit.
certainly do that.
Do you forward and back to start off with?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I just want to put that down because I like to stop. You can stop the machine with the needle in the down position.
Yes.
Brilliant. That's such a great function.
Yes.
Because it means that when you come to pivot, you don't have to think about it and your machine is already in the down position.
I learnt to sew with my grandmother's 50-year-old Singer, which didn't have such a function.
No.
So I would always have to hand crank it down.
Yeah.
And I got so used to that when I did get a machine that did it, I still hand cranked anyway.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. It took me so long to get out of that habit.
It is totally what you're used to.
Yeah.
But it
is a great feature.
A great feature, and it's so good for when you're... Great. Absolutely great, because you need to think about it even less.
How long have you been sewing?
Probably since my late teens.
Oh, really? What
So
got
not
you
very long.
starting?
No, I'm very
couple of
young.
Years, clearly. You became an expert very quickly.
Very quickly. Child genius.
Absolutely. Prodigy, no less. Who got you into it? How did you start?
My mum was brilliant at sewing. She always says she's not very good at sewing, but actually she used to make me these beautiful woolen coats and
oh, wow.
all sorts. She used to make all my stuff. So we're just going to eyeball and check that. So I always stop a little distance from the side with the needle down, like I said, lift the presser foot and just swivel round to see whether I've come back to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. That's not quite enough.
Swivel back. This is
We
why
go
you
back.
keep your needle down, isn't it?
Yes, because by the time you've done that with your needle up, you could end up
You've skipped around
in the
all
wrong
over
place. Yeah, terrible. So that's now in the right place. So we've pivoted around the corner. Go up to my first pin.
Now, by the time that you can sew in a straight line, you can make a bag. You can make cushions. So your home furnishings, done.
And curtains. Curtains are only straight lines.
They're only straight. No, you're so right.
The hardest part about curtains is measuring and getting that right.
Yes.
But there's plenty of people to give you information on that.
Yeah.
There's always someone that knows how to measure up for curtains.
Yeah. Yeah. I put off making curtains for many years because I thought it was going to be difficult. And then when I did actually make my own curtains, I was like, why did I put it off? Why did I pay so much for other people to do it?
know.
I could have just done it myself.
I taught my friend Yolanda to sew.
Yeah.
And her very first project was some curtains.
Yeah.
She felt so great, and she said, I never thought I could do that. And I said, it's just straight lines.
It's just straight lines.
So once you've got that, and you know what? The machine does most of the work for you when it comes to straight lines.
I think now, especially, you know, your modern day machines, they are brilliant for that sort of thing, aren't they? Because they just take it through. Yeah. Now, if you've just joined us, hello and welcome. We're here at the Sewing Quarter. We are live. We've got Victoria here and absolutely beautiful fabrics here for us. TVMY04 is your Batik fabric buttons, which if I just...
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
Here's a handle.
This. Now, we're busily doing the lining at the moment, which we're doing in a plain, which will be on the website. There we go. But this is the buttons. £6.95. All of the fabrics on the show today, £6.95 per 1/2 metre. Now, the hot pink leaf, which is this one, is down the bottom of your screen there. So whichever one you're loving today, you can get. We've got, how many have we got in total? I want to say 8 in total, but we're going to see the next half at 11 o'clock.
Oh, of the range, yes. I'm thinking, no, I'm planning on making a full bag. But you meant the other half of the range of fabrics.
Because it's a range, the colours work well together. So if you're thinking, do you know what, I want a little lunch bag out of this for that, I want to do scatter cushions all over the place, then you can. But go to the web, have a look at the full range on the web. There it is. So that's us live. Underneath, message us. There we go, that's our web chat. Have a little message, or you can email studio@sewingquarter.com. You can do that. And then underneath is where you can find all your shopping from the shows. Of course, then there's an entire website full of goodies for you to have a rummage around in as well.
And I have had a rummage around, and you get sucked in, and you're looking at this and then that, and
things I never
before
knew
you know
needed.
it, I know.
That's what Janice was saying.
Really?
She's like, she said, I've just been sewing for myself for years. She said, I didn't realise all these things were now out there.
Yes, she's discovered sewing clips and all sorts. One excited
leading her
lady.
astray in a good way.
Yes.
Yes. What are you ironing?
I've just ironed open the seam allowance.
Right.
And then that's the lining done for the time being.
Okay.
So I'm just going to move on to the handle, but I'm going to stay here
okay.
at the ironing board. So the handles... we're going to fold the handles, the width of the handle, in half.
What interfacing did you use?
I used this one just here, the iron-on, medium-weight iron-on interfacing.
How much are we getting in here?
I think it's about
a metre by a metre. This is a medium weight.
Yes, that's fine for this. If you go heavyweight, the handles will be a bit too stiff and not very pliable and comfortable. So
that's going to be on the website underneath the show. So sewingquarter.com, it's all on there for you. But I know that you'll be asking at home what it was that we used. So that's what's been used for these handles. Iron in half.
Yes, and then iron in half again.
Okay.
So, well, not quite. You tuck in so that you hide the raw edges.
It's like making binding almost.
It is a bit like making bias binding, a little bit. But not cut on the bias. You don't want handles cut on the bias because suddenly they'll get very, very long.
And stretchy.
Not good. Not good for handles. And again, the interfacing will help that because you will get a little bit of stretch on handles without interfacing.
Right. Beautiful. So now, the fabrics that we're using today, the button fabric is the one on the screen, which is £6.95. A £6.95 per half a metre. You decide how much you want. Love this button.
I really like it. It's nice. And they sort of, they don't all look like buttons. They're not. It's not too regular. It's interesting. Some of them look like little sweets or little tiles.
The other day, was it Sammy Claridge did English paper piecing into boxes.
Oh, yes, I saw those.
I'm thinking button box in this.
How nice.
Linda's messaged in. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Oh, she says, hang on, say that again. Batik comes from Java.
Ooh.
And it means painted. There you go.
There you
Knew
go.
someone out there would know. They're a bright
Thank you.
There. Fiona's messaged in. She says she's loving the show.
Thank
you very much. This is on her to-do list.
Oh, good.
Nice.
I know I've pre-made part of it, but it really doesn't take that long to make.
I'm just looking at this. I think these buttons you could make for boys as well because it's got all those blues in there.
It's not too girly.
No. I would have possibly lined it in a blue.
Yes, because it would work really well with the navy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But there's no reason why not.
No.
I'm just thinking, you know, book bag for Freddie. He loves bright colours.
Get yourself busy.
Yeah.
Now that I've pressed the handle.
Yes.
So the handle is now with the raw edges in the middle. They're encased. And we're just going to run a line of stitching down each side of the handle to top stitch it, keep it in place and to look smart.
All of those things. Hang on.
All those things in once.
Stitching too.
Keep it in place.
Keep it in place.
And to look smart.
Okay. And it reinforces as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it all helps.
It's all there.
It all helps.
Now, when you top stitch, do you just do it by eye?
I am doing it a little by eye, but you can see I've just put this finger on the side just to try and make a little bit of a guide where the fabric will run along my finger.
I've never thought of doing that. I'm too busy feeding stuff through and...
Other things you can do is that you can put painter's tape, not masking tape, but painter's tape, layers of painter's tape.
Yeah.
If you put several layers, it'll make like a little
ridge.
Yeah, a ridge that you can run it up against.
Now, this hour we're using this fabric to make a beach bag, but at 11 o'clock you've got something a bit special and whizzy.
We do.
Because we were talking earlier about introducing Janice to newfangled things, and we've got a newfangled thing on at 11, haven't we?
We do, and it was totally newfangled for me as well. I've never used it before.
So if you're looking at these fabrics thinking these are absolutely stunning, I want to make bags, I want to make my sarong for my holiday, but I also want to make a makeup bag or something like that. I wish it was waterproof, this fabric.
Yes, if only it were waterproof.
Stay with us, because at 11 o'clock we're going to teach you and show you how you can waterproof any of your cotton fabrics. Ooh,
it's brilliant.
Now, so we top stitch all the way down there.
Yep, and now I've got to do the other one.
Okay.
As fast as I can.
Hey, look, there's no pressure on time for me. We're only just halfway
got all day.
through. Got loads of time.
That's fine.
Loads of time. Which is lovely. I love this unhurried making of things.
Oh, yes. Slow sewing, as it's commonly known in the social media world, called slow sewing. Take your time, sew something, appreciate the process, enjoy what you're doing.
Yes, let's do that then. Are you sewing along at home? What are you making? I'd love you to get in touch, so you can either email studio@sewingquarter.com, or you can message the studio from the web. However you'd like to get in touch with us, we would love to hear from you. It's as simple as that. We'd love to hear from you. Talking of social media...
Yes.
Shall we put... Oh, there we go. There we are. there's the Message to Studio box underneath. So as soon as you've registered to watch online, then the Message to Studio bit is just underneath there. And then everything that we've got on the show, all of those beautiful fabrics, the tickings that we had on earlier, the Tanya Whelan fabrics. Each hour we add the show's shopping list.
Makes it easy, doesn't it?
Well, it's a one-stop shop bit, and it just means that you don't have to. If you don't have time to rummage through the whole website, or if you miss the code, it doesn't matter.
It's all there, ready and waiting.
It is, absolutely. Snip, snip.
Snip, snip. These scissors are cute.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Diddy little scissors.
They're the little rose gold ones. Should I just show that? Ooh.
Let me just snip those two off, and then they are all
Sorry,
yours.
they're busily being used.
Cut your nails at the same time for you, if you like.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, they're so brilliant.
They're £5.95. And they are where we just showed you on the website. They're all down under there, along with the big dressmaking ones that match. Ooh.
Matching scissors.
That's happiness, isn't it?
It is.
Matching scissors. So check out the web for that. Hang on, magically.
Okay, so we have
another has appeared.
Two handles, yes.
Okay.
I did the other one because I figured that wasn't very interesting to watch.
Okay.
I've got a little tip about the way that we're going to add these handles into the bag.
Right.
Normally, when you attach the handles into the bag, they're only encased. Actually, it's probably better to demonstrate on the finished bag. They're quite often only encased in the very top seam of the bag.
Yes.
They're normally encased only here. But what I'm going to show you is extending the handles down a little bit further, and we're going to trap them in some more stitching later on.
That makes me happy.
Bit more strength.
More vegetables in my bag.
Your bag will last longer.
More books in your book bag.
Oh, yes.
More sun cream in your beach bag.
I don't know what your son's like, but when he gets books from the library, does he choose the same books every time?
Well, yeah.
My girls just love the same books.
At the moment, I mean, he's only 3.
Oh, it's not so bad.
And so the books, he has definite favourites, and he knows them off by heart.
It's funny.
Off by heart. I just have to say the first 2 words, and he'll say the rest of the line.
It's amazing, isn't it?
There might be bears and hunts.
Oh,
that
there
are
might
particular
be.
favourites at the moment. And it's a beautiful day, and we're not scared.
You're not scared at all.
No, I know it as well. Now, what are you doing here? How are we measuring these?
We need to be 3.5... Well, you don't need to be anything. It's up to you where you want your handles to be. But a nice distance is 3.5 inches from the edge, and we're going to extend it 2.5 inches over the top. But we're just going to attach it to the right side of the lining.
Oh, hello, clips.
Out with the sewing clips.
Nice.
You can, of course, use pins.
But you're having to go through quite a few layers now, aren't you?
Yes, and, well, I tend to go for a belt and braces kind of approach.
Oh, you're going to stick a pin in as well?
So stick a pin. Otherwise, you can very easily accidentally...
Oh, squiff it.
And you want this part that we're going to sew in later.
Squiff it, obviously, my new technical term.
Very technical.
For squiffy sewing.
Yep, we don't like squiffy sewing.
Did I hear Christine's got in touch? Hello, Christine. Lovely to hear from you. Oh, she's loving the batik fabrics. A lot of you are. I don't blame you.
I hear they were very popular the other day.
Absolutely. We made cushions. Shall I show you the other cushion?
The one that I threw on the floor.
Well, I think delicately placed.
Repositioned.
Repositioned. There we go. So we've got, just to show that these, of course, don't just have to be for bags. These can be your quilts. These can be your home furnishings. These can be, quite frankly, whatever you want it to be. I'm going sarong.
You're going sarong.
So going
You're
sarong.
Desperate for a holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, just a point. When you're putting the handles in, make sure that you've not twisted it when you put it in. So when you attach your handles into your bag, make sure that you've not accidentally put a big fat twist in it.
Okay, so they haven't. They are untwisted. Show us that from here.
So if I were attaching here, make sure that loops nicely and you've not accidentally done that.
Oh, no, because then that's going to hurt on the shoulder. That's squiffy showing all over.
That is squiffy sewing.
You don't want squiffy
without
sewing.
a doubt.
We do not promote squiffy sewing here on the Sewing Quarter.
Nothing slapdash.
Oh, no. So 2.5 inches sticking out again.
Yes.
Do you measure it again or do you just line it up?
I will probably just line it up against the other one. We'll see how we get on. Lie that flat.
Nice. All of these are batiks, which we've just discovered means painted.
Painted.
Rather lovely. So thank you ever so much for your messages. We always love to hear from you. Do you have beach bags at home? What sort of bags do you make?
I make all sorts of bags. I've got big fat tote bags and all sorts. Yeah, and I've used oilcloth. And what we're doing later is you could make your nice oilcloth effect bag.
Nice. I'm thinking for this, yes, we've said beach bags, and then you're always going to see your bit on the beach. Because there's always that worry, isn't there, when you go in for a quick dip, that you're not going to find where you left your stuff. You're going to see it now. Absolutely. Yours is going to be the most vibrant pile on the beach, isn't it? Especially when you've left your sarong there as well. And, ooh. Oh, I just love these.
Keep going to the wrong place with the pins.
Have you seen those, actually? Have you seen those cushions that you can make as well, where you can tuck your book into it?
Oh, like a lying down, reading on the beach kind of cushion?
Yeah.
Very clever.
You could make one of those out of these as well, couldn't you? So all these things. And, of course, the batiks, the colours, they all go because, well, quite frankly, they've got every colour in them.
They do.
Which is just going to work. So you can mix and match any colour in and it's just going to work. And then, you see, you could make... So you've got your two daughters. They could have a bag and a cushion or whatever it is that they're doing. And then the other could have the same, but, like you say, different.
Same but different.
Very important, same but different. And off you go.
So here, I'm just going to baste these in place. It makes it easier when you come to attach the lining to the main part of the bag.
Do you just baste over the top? Is that all you're going with?
Yes, we're using a 1/2 inch seam allowance for construction.
Right.
So I'm doing a 1/4 inch.
Right. Just
to secure that. Less room for error.
Okay. Now, this is the buttons fabric, which you can see when you've seen a $6.95. Talking about squiffy bags, I've got squiffy talking today.
Your teeth aren't in.
$6.95. I'm going to go and grab that fabric, the buttons, so you can see it in its entirety.
Yes, because it's all inside out. You can't really see it.
Is deciding which one to go for. There's
Wow!
Just look at that.
Looks great.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Lovely.
That's a metre. That's 2 units there.
Make low. See?
Hello, sarong.
Or just a skirt. Actually, you wrapping that round yourself. Just a good summer skirt would be nice.
Beach holiday. Hello, here I come. Obviously without my mic pack.
Have you got a beach holiday booked?
No, not yet. I want one now. What do you get first? You get your material and then book your holiday based on your material choices.
Well, it depends where you're going. Yeah. Spain might be more of a reddy colour.
Yeah.
Maldives might be more of a blue.
Ooh. Where would you go for the rainforest?
Or South America somewhere.
South America, it'd have to be, wouldn't it? The Amazon.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm cut out for the Amazon.
Do you know, this is what amazes me, and I learnt this from Octonauts. So it must be true. Back in the day, I used to watch, like proper documentaries. Now it's Octonauts, but it's all factually correct, I believe. But the Amazon, but we haven't actually managed to go down the old Amazon. Amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, Blue Reef. Hello. Now, you're from Australia.
Yes, I am.
Blue Reef.
Dual passport.
Blue Reef. Is this reminding you of home?
Yeah, it does look very corally.
It does, doesn't it? That's a bit special.
Nice.
You see, it is coral reefy, isn't it? On the bottom of a forest floor looking up to a blue sky.
Yeah, beautiful.
What do you see?
It's gorgeous.
£6.95. That's your blue wreath there. Now, where are we at with this bag, this here bag?
So what I've done is I've basted those ends on, so it looks all a bit strange now because I am now...
Are we right sides to right sides?
We are
here?
right sides together.
Do you line those seams up?
Yes, so I'm nesting not nicely, like we did with the facing,
Yeah.
make sure that it matches.
Okay.
Not so important because it's the top edge of the about it, but you would see the facing, so I'd spend more time on the facings. Not everyone's a pernickety sewer. Some people are just want to get it done. So I'll tell you the important parts.
And then you can pinick
and then it's up to you
your heart's desire.
How much?
We're making that into to pinick.
To pinick.
To pinick.
So I've done the side seams,
right?
Because I always find that's a good place to start. Pull it tight, and then you know that this middle bit matches. You can stick a pin in there.
Now, yesterday we had Jennifer on the show, and she's a dressmaker, pattern maker,
right,
and pattern cutter, and she puts little notches.
Yes.
It's sort of on the halfway marks, which I hadn't seen before in bag construction.
Yes,
and it's
quite
funny,
frequently.
Isn't it, how dressmakers bring in other little things, and everybody has these different ideas. I have learnt so much just in the 3.5 weeks that we've been live. It's been incredible.
Educational.
Absolutely.
See, not just wasting time looking at sewing.
A facing on a bag.
You've
taught me that.
Nice touch.
Yeah, no, it really is. And that reinforced handle as well. Thank you very much for your...
Hi, Fiona.
She's talking about book bags. Very good for this project.
Little ones, you could applique on their initials or their name if you feel like appliquing a lot. We'll just go for it.
Says, ooh, and they always send Batik items.
Oh, do they? That's kind of her.
So she loves these inspiring materials. Well, they are. They're so inspiring. And I think that on a drippy, wet, horrible day in February,
perfect.
What a way to spend your day. It just cheers you up, an absolute treat, doesn't it? And it's all because of the vibrancy of these fabrics. The colours, the batik texture to it is just exquisite, just gorgeous. I can see you're ready to say.
Yes, I just wanted to say something before I started because some people might think I'm doing something a little bit strange. Depending on your style of machine, it depends on how much of a free arm there is. This one here you can take off. So you take off your little table and then this gives you what's called a free arm.
Yes.
And that allows you to slide your project over the arm because you can't get it on over this whole big piece. So that allows you to get your project around it. Good for sleeves
Perfect
and
for
things.
sleeves. I was just going to say for sleeves.
Yeah.
Yes. Although sleeves scare me a bit as well, so I've always...
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
They're putting in their top, yes.
But I think we're going to cover that at some point.
Lots of pins.
Yeah.
Pins are your friend when it comes to sleeves.
You dressmake as well, don't
Yes,
you?
I do, yes.
You do a bit of everything.
Yeah, I do mostly dressmaking and bag making. Dresses and bags. Thank you.
What, if you had a free day to yourself, like there was no school run, no dog walking, what would you do?
It probably would be, and if it was totally free, no other responsibility, something for myself.
What? That's crazy talk.
I know,
for a
it is
parent.
totally crazy talk.
What would you do?
There's a shirt dress.
Ah, yes. Could you make out of these colours?
You could.
Could you imagine that?
I'd stand out. I certainly wouldn't blend into the wall.
No, but you know, because on your holidays and stuff, you have to have beautiful bright colours, don't you? Just imagine that with a pair of heels.
Oh, I don't do heels. I'm a country bumpkin now.
Oh,
wellies, Ugg boots.
When we first bought. Oh, look at that. That's the bag that we're making today, but we're making it out of the button one. Now that is in your Forest Fire. Ooh, names are fabulous, aren't they? You see, even though you can't necessarily see specifics of florals in there, you know exactly what it is, isn't it? You absolutely know that you're looking at a forest, and absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what this is? It's like just looking at all the different fabrics we've got. It's like taking a walk around Chelsea Flower Show, isn't it? Well, you just see all of them beautifully put together, all the colourways, and it's like that, isn't it? You just get hit with this colour, and it's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
Makes me happy. Makes me very happy. Beautiful. So we're coming round this, and just round the top.
Come back round to the top.
And happily it matches.
Started. Look at that. I've sewn vaguely in a straight line.
Well done.
Sewing on television, easier said than done.
Do you know, I take my hat off to all of you that demo live, because it's never quite the same. It's always on a machine that's not your own. It's always a little bit different.
Yeah.
So
and the stitch was going all wrong earlier. Not sure what was there. So I always advise people, when things are going wrong with your sewing machine, and it's not stitching properly, which it wasn't, take it out, unthread it, start again.
It's like the computer turning it off and turning it on again.
It
somehow
is.
Sorts out everything.
Yeah.
Patricia's been in touch. Hello, Patricia. She's looking forward to her first order. Did you spend more than £10? Because if you did...
you can have one of these broken things.
That I won't have thrown on the floor. You get one of these if you spend more than £10, which is pretty awesome. La 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 la. Woo! $14.99's worth of sewing quarter sewing kit.
Cuteness.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
a little bag.
So, Patricia, if you spent more than £10 on your first order, you'll be getting one of these. Happy days. Very happy days.
Right.
Hello, what are we doing?
So I have just turned the bag through that opening that I left earlier. Remember that one?
That's why we did it.
That is why we did it.
I love this bag.
I would have been so cross if I hadn't left that open.
Shall I model this one?
Yes, whilst I jiggery pokery.
Loves it.
Right, so the lining...
Are you jiggery pokerying?
Yes.
Nice.
So now we can press this to make sure that that sewn edge sits right on. Needs
this is why. Would you put a top stitch on that?
Yes. So now, once I've pressed it, I'll then top stitch just along this edge, and then again, and you'll need to work out how to do this on your machine. Again, I will stitch. Remember, we did the line of stitching along here. That was when we attached the facing.
Yes.
Here, I'm going to do another line of stitching through the facing, about the same distance away from this seam.
Right.
Over here, and that will sew through the ends of these handles. Remember how they were poking up?
That 2.5-inch poke up.
They're now poking down under the facing. So by stitching along here, that keeps it in place.
Nice. Makes
it a little bit stronger.
Very nice.
So I'm just going to spend some time at the iron, if that's all right with you.
Go on then.
But that's what you'll need to do, because I'm not sure we'll get that totally finished in time.
We've got 5 minutes.
I'll do as much as I can.
Go on then.
But in case we don't, stitch along the top of the bottom.
Okay, else you'll lose.
Here's
the buttons. That's been the most popular. I've followed this.
Nice. I saw the green one. That looked a bit fancy.
We haven't looked at the green one yet, have we?
Oh.
Yeah. Like it.
What you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that when you have a project that's going to take a long time, I was talking to one of our new craft house guests yesterday, and she said that she's making, she's English paper piecing, to take her about 10 to 15
project, and I was amazed at how long it took me.
Yeah, so I think that if you've got ongoing projects like that, why not make them their own bag?
Yes,
and then you keep everything
all together
in a bag.
Because when the mood strikes you, you need to know where everything is.
Absolutely.
And then it's all going to be in there.
Yeah. I do a little bit of crochet, and each crochet project has its own little bag.
Good idea.
Yeah, so this would be perfect, absolutely perfect. Once you know that you can make this bag, the measurements you can do to your own specification. Maybe, you're tall like me and you want a nice long handle. Maybe you're
not so tall like me.
Less tall.
Less tall.
And it's all right. I have been described as a big old bird. I'm comfortable with that. And then you want to have shorter handle. That's the beauty of making your own, isn't it?
Yes. You can make it exactly to your specification.
Yeah.
And because it's all rectangles on square... No squares, all rectangles. It's easy.
Hey, lovely.
Easy to customise.
Just beautiful.
I think
Was that the one that just
gorgeous, warm feeling? I think it must have
Yeah.
been a really cold day when I made the sample because I thought, oh, do something warm.
Gorgeous. Look at that. We really like that here. You can see all of those all the leaves in there, but then they just merge so nicely. I don't know how the colours blend as well as they do, but they just
At all, I'm not. I couldn't recreate that if someone showed me.
But they
Good
probably
job.
couldn't make a bag as well as you do.
Maybe.
Everybody's got their strengths. So we're just top stitching now around the top of the bag here. So it reinforces the handles. It makes the lining sit where you want the lining to sit.
Yeah, it stops it moving.
Everything happy.
Yes, and that finishing touch. Like I said before, have a look at the bags that you've got at home, the decent bags, and you'll see a lot of them have got top stitching in all sorts of places that you didn't actually notice before.
It is amazing, isn't it? Once you start looking for these, then you do start to notice these things in all different places.
And when you start bag making, you find yourself out and about looking at other people's bags.
Do you?
Oh, that's interesting. I like that. I like that closure. And how have they made that? Turn into some strange stalker.
My trouble is I go into places now and I look at things and I go, well, I like it, but it's not the colours that I actually want.
Joy of sewing is you can recreate.
Absolutely. We've got a minute left, Victoria.
See, I knew I wouldn't quite get to the end.
Oh,
So close.
so close.
So close.
What are you making next hour?
We are making some little wash bags, but they are magical little wash bags.
Magical wash bags. Ooh. You're going to show us a very special technique, aren't you?
Yes, a brand new
waterproof
product.
Cotton fabrics. Hurrah! A brand new technique coming up. That's 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock, though, we're finishing off our table. Our outside. We haven't got wine.
A bit early.
Feels like it's at least lunchtime.
It does.
So we will be with Janice next.
Lovely.
Doing that. We'll see you in an hour. Thank
I'll be
you
back.
so much.
Thank you very much. Oh, so close.
Not getting in an hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
The Sewing Quarter is a new inspirational sewing and quilting channel here to help educate our viewers with some of the best designers in the business. We hope to bring you some exciting demonstrations with some of the top industry experts. We're part of the multi-platform company who operate some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our first TV show, successful magazines, Good Food and Men bring you with new ideas and projects.
Here at the Sewing Quarter, we want to help weather the fabulous learning curve for all of you. Whether it's making a little gift or making yourself a fabulous outfit, we want to join us for that.
Don't forget, our sister brands are some of the leading brands in the industry, with Love Patchwork and Quilting being rated top modern quilt title on the market, traditional quilt sector. And finally, Simply Sewing was launched in February 2015 after noticing a gap in the market for beginners. Combined, we reach over 150,000 readers every month.
Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @SewingQuarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
Sewing Quarter are delighted to announce that the highly respected sewing and quilt designer Mandy Shaw of Dandelion Designs will be joining us on Saturday the 25th of February for her debut show. Mandy will be showing us her latest famous spoolie doll, as well as a range of inspirational kits and patterns. So join us at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. on the 25th of February for a Saturday special with Mandy Shaw.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Sewing Quarter. I'm Natasha McCarthy. This hour It's the Tanya Whelan fabrics. They are utterly gorgeous, fresh, vibrant, zesty. They're a little bit kitsch, they're a little bit retro, but they are utterly gorgeous. They are bringing your florals bang up to date. Whether you're looking for a ticking, whether you're looking for a check, whether you're looking for just that lovely floral, we've got all of it for you on the show today. Whether you want it in the beautiful blue, whether you want it in that vibrant yellow, it's entirely up to you. We've got that brilliant lemon yellow there just popping through. Maybe you want to mix and match the colours up. They're perfect to do that with as well, because you've got those pinks and those reds coming through. Absolutely stunning colours. They're going to take you from spring through to summer. It's that promise of all of those beautiful good things to come, isn't it, with these gorgeous colours? And we've got them on the show for you today. Now, we had these at 8 o'clock and we made tablecloths and placemats. Now we're going to do the rest of the accessorising for your table. Janice is with us and she's going to show us how to do these. So we've got coasters, and we've also got beautiful table napkin rings as well. So that's what we're making for you this hour to complete that effect. So I'm going to go and join Janice, who's here with us again. Welcome back, Janice. How are you?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Happiest person in the studio, you. Brilliant. Absolutely lovely.
Like I say, life's so short, you have to be happy all the time.
Now, yes,
Why spread
absolutely.
misery?
No, don't.
There's enough misery going on around the world.
We don't need
That's
that.
the way I think.
Happiness and sewing makes us happy, so we'll do a bit of that.
And I love it, especially spring, because we're thinking of spring and summer now as well, Natasha, which we can't wait to.
We've got to
have
think
with
of
that weather out there. Leave it all behind.
And now I've just asked them to turn the heating up in here. Oh, come on, do we have to have winter in here? Let's make it a bit more spring.
The roof will blow off in a bit.
Yeah. Now, so we made table mats with the Insel Bright. We made that earlier. The Insel Bright, of course, providing that that reflective material that's going to either keep heat in for your foods or reflect or keep your cold in, whether you've got hot or cold foods on there. And again, if you're using it as a pot holder or whatever it is that you're choosing to use it for, then you've got that there. So Tanya Whelan, Lola Rose's fabric in blue is where we're starting with the coaster. Let me show. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Let's have a look at a picture of it. But it's £6.95. So that's on the right-hand side where you can see that beautiful rose motif coming through. Why not fussy cut that, interface it, and applique it?
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Lovely. But I have interbrighted it, to be honest.
Now, Janice,
so I've used it as well.
You are an accountant.
Yeah.
You were because back in the day when sewing wasn't something that you know you could make a good living at.
Yeah.
You did a bit of both. So you did a bit of accounting, but then you had your own sewing shop.
Yes. No. Children's shop. Children's shop,
but you handmade.
I do custom made clothes.
Custom made clothing,
and I still do custom made clothes and alteration.
Fab.
So.
And I've completely forgotten the point I was going to make. Completely gone. Oh, that's it. So, of course, figures and numbers you're very good with.
Yeah.
And so we worked out, well, you worked out earlier, that these coasters, you can make 50 of these. 50 of these per half a metre. So maybe you've got a kids' spring fair coming up and you want to make something for them. That's one-sided. If you wanted to do double-sided ones, then 2 half metres. Or maybe get a plain fabric and do plain on the bottom. But if you want to have the versatility, it's like reversible jumpers. Do you remember those back in the day?
Yeah.
Nice. So we're doing reversible coasters for you.
So the first thing we do, I do my little pattern.
Right.
That's 4.5 inches square.
Okay.
So, and we cut them out.
Okay.
To what we want.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Then, again, to go with the set and to go with the placemats we made earlier, used it back. And I've actually pinned the red on, even though I've already, again, pinned this on, tacked it, ready to put under the machine. But what I wanted to show you on this is the way you go around a corner.
Oh, yes.
Because it can be quite tricky.
Yes.
So you pin along, pin along, pin along. Then you bend it, if you can see that, like so. And then you squash it down, like so. So it is a bit raised there.
Yeah.
And then you just stick a pin in.
Because this would be something
and that's
that
how you go around the corner.
would have put me off doing rickrack.
There you go. So
because
if you can see that corner there, see how it's gone round the corner,
Yeah.
and then you just pin until you go round.
Lovely.
And that's it. So in the end, you end up with that. Mm-hmm. And again, if you're a beginner, tack it while you're sewing it. If not,
you've tacked it in red there so that we can see.
Yeah,
let me just hold that for
so
you
can
to see there. So that red thread there is your tack, to hold that in place, and then you can just get straight on that sewing machine and sew it with confidence, can't you?
That's it. And you do exactly the same as we did earlier with the placemats. We literally put it on the machine, right side to right side, put the insole right on, sew around it, leave quite a gap.
Oh, leave a gap.
To turn it.
Almost one side, actually.
Yeah.
So why have we put insole bright on this?
Again, the padding is nice, and like if you're putting it on hot surfaces again.
Yeah, hot tea on any sort of surface.
Protect it. It's just a protection.
Nice.
Really. So
and it looks pretty.
You can do interfacing, but I like the feel of the insole bright. I've gone a bit, because I've never used it before, I've gone a bit mad with the insole bright because I love it.
Let me get it
I think it's such a lovely material type.
So many of you have just discovered this.
It's such a lovely, and it just makes the coasters feel really nice.
So like Janice, you might have discovered this for the first time.
For the first time, gone crazy.
You can go crazy too, lots of you multi-buy, so possibly you are going crazy with it. YQRW79.
So
now out of this pack here, you will get 6 placemats, as Janice made earlier, and also 6 of the coasters to match. And that one packet would do that for just £5.95. An excellent price on this. YQRW79 for that. Now you can. We were reading off the back of here: pot holders, oven mitts, casserole covers, tea cozies, all those things. We're doing placemats.
We're doing coasters.
It even has a little oven mitt on the back.
So again, I'm just machining round, and but
just
then if I get
a white thread on there.
Yeah, just a white thread. And if I get stuck, get the seam ripper out.
Are you going through the middle of that rick-rack?
Yes.
So you're
straight down.
You're not trying to wiggly.
Try and go down the middle. In the middle, and at the end, you do have to then manoeuvre it a bit.
And when you manoeuvred, you just kept your needle down and spun it around.
That's it. Needle
Seems
down.
To be the way.
Foot up and spin it round.
Lovely.
So there we go. So that's there. So any extra bits, I just trim off. So that's that.
Nice.
So now we undo our tailor tacks.
There you go.
Like we did earlier, which is frustrating.
We keep calling them tailor tacks, don't we? Tacks.
Just plain tacking. Just.
Now, you used to do all the tailor tacks for your mum, didn't you?
That's why I've got it on my brain.
Yeah.
It's never gone away.
As a child.
It's haunting you, Janice. It's haunted me. It's haunted
Absolutely.
me. It has.
These are ever so pretty. What a nice little gift, maybe for someone. New home gift.
Mother's Day.
Why not? Yeah, Mother's Day. Make these. Maybe you could do Mother's Day and an afternoon tea. It's perfect for that.
Afternoon tea.
Those retro afternoon teas that are so fashionable. Maybe you've got a friend who's having a baby. You want to do a baby shower and do these for them.
Yeah,
be lovely.
And the other thing, if you've got a baby who wants.
Yes, we had a lovely email earlier from a viewer who was using the insole bright to do stadium cushions. So we discovered what those are to keep your bottoms warm.
Keep your bottoms warm.
I'm not sure that she was using the Tanya Whelan fabric, but I think they should be, and they are here. Bright, everything. We've got the blue range, we've got the yellow range, and it's all part of the Lola range. I think Lola is that rose that we're seeing throughout this fabric. So you've got the Lola one. The ticking is the stripe one. So if you're after the ticking and thinking, oh yeah, I'll go for that. That's the garden ticking fabric, which was just on the bottom of your screen. It's all on the website. You can get it in blue, you can get it in yellow. And I just think it's rather lovely. We've got a check for you as well. And we've also got, and this was what we were playing with earlier, saying, go onto that website that you want. I'm loving the idea of these stadium cushions. That's very rude of me. Can't remember.
Yeah. Gone.
You using it for? Because so many. So we've
I've
gone round.
Tacks out, and then put the insole bright just on top, and then again just pin the lips. You can go over it, of course.
What level sewer do you need to be to do this?
Basic.
Basic.
Basic, I think, yeah.
Stitching in a straight line?
Yeah, stitching in a straight line.
And you don't have to add in the rick-rack.
But
if you want to stretch yourself and try that, so to do it in the red or in the natural heater. And again, all on the website for you. But at the moment, we're looking to spin it around on that corner.
Put down, and that's...
What seam allowance are you leaving on this? Try away with us.
They do, don't they? Tie down to the stitch, then reverse it a few times to knot it, and then turn it.
Okay.
Walk it.
Now, hanging it through, you have to leave a little bit more than you would for just fabric because you've got that. We got an open one anywhere. Did you bring an open one of these?
No,
do we know?
I didn't.
Oh, here we go. You can see there. It's like
insulation.
A shine. Yeah, it is like insulation.
So
you can just see like a layer. Absolutely. That's what's going to reflect the heat back nice and cold.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll let you spin that through.
There we go. So again, then
any special needles for it? You use it just like why it's so lovely and easy to use. RW79.5 pence.
And then just
having that rick rack because you can just pull it through from there.
Another tip for pulling things through. The rick rack's gone in a bit there. Look. So, right. Tip for seams in general. If you want to get like that and you can't get it, what you do, you get in and you go into the seam with a thick needle.
Oh,
like that. You don't go all the way through. Double thread.
Right.
And then what you do, literally, is you go into the seam out. So if you have
nice.
That's another tip. Corners out on. Just pull. And then okay, so that's another tip.
Tops for Janet with information. You can message on sewingquarter.com. And if you look just below that, oh look, there's that beautiful Tanya Whelan fabric there. Gorgeous.
Now I'm going to show you that stitching I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, the invisible stitch?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Now use this in bridal gowns.
Do you make bridal wear as well?
Yeah.
Do you want a smaller needle?
Maybe. It is a bit thick, but I might be able to
see if we've got another one in here.
Is there one
there? Hang on, where's Amy?
It's all right, this is really thick.
Let's get a smaller needle.
I should be all right. I should be all right with it, to be honest. So, like I say, to sew this up with your knot, I always tuck that in. So you can do such a lot with hand sewing as well. So what you do... Oops. I'm just trying to get that in so that you
Can we possibly grab Amy and a smaller needle, please? Because this is quite a chunky one for you, isn't it?
Okay. So what you do, invisible, you just go beneath and you go into the stitch in there and you pull it through that way. And you do this on the hems of skirts and you don't see the stitching.
And
if you want a hand-sewn hem, and you go to the other side, and if you want a hand-sewn hem on a skirt and you don't want to see the stitching, oops, that's what you do. You go into this.
I was always taught this as a ladder stitch, and that's how I have to remember it because it's like you go up one side of the ladder and then you stitch and then
so you
going across is like the
I didn't know the name
of the ladder, and then you go up
and you go
up again. So up and then across and then up the other side and across, and that bit there is hidden underneath the material, isn't it?
And it's hidden, and it's a good thing, but you know it, and it's called ladder stitch.
Well, it's called all sorts of things.
Oh.
So yes, it's also called an invisible stitch, ladder stitch. It's this thing, isn't it? You know, there's no one thing that's right. Everybody calls it something a little bit different, but you just go along. Can I just? So I'll just show. So you've come out here.
Yeah.
Can we see this? So you come out there, and now you'll go into the other side and along.
And then I'll go into there, into the big rack, and then back into that. That's it.
Lovely. There you go. Your smaller needle has arrived just
My
as you
smaller
finish.
needle. And that's it.
Excellent.
And then we can just cast it off. That's it. And then that's your coaster.
Job done.
And again, if you want a professional finish, you can top stitch it or add an applique or whatever you want. And then if you give it a good press,
Shall I get that iron out?
you could do.
Should we do that? Let's
Yeah.
treat you, shall we? Treat you to a spot of ironing.
See, that's it with dressmaking as well. You always press.
Yeah.
All the time.
Absolutely.
The art of dressmaking
There you
is
go.
pressing
Now,
every
this
time.
is whilst I iron, this is what we're actually making. So Janice is setting the scene for lovely summer parties, spring fetes, barbecues, birthday parties
Children's
outside,
parties, yeah.
children's parties, Mother's Day, anything like that. Decorate your table, bring the outdoors in, make it all absolutely gorgeous, and away you go. Each of the Tanya Whelan fabrics is £6.95. Tanya Whelan, obviously a very talented artist. You'll have seen her fabrics on the front cover of things such as country home, romantic homes, things like that. Yeah, she's often featured in things like that. And you know, if you're someone who shops in John Lewis and Liberties, you might have seen her designs in there. So you know, very, very well known. She gets about a bit in the nicest possible way.
Yes, that's good, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But see how lovely that is now you've pressed it.
Yeah.
Pressing just finishes it all off, doesn't it?
Done.
So that's
And if
done.
you wanted to top stitch, of course, you could just top stitch around. But it's really lovely.
And that's that done.
Nice,
Wonderful.
very nice. Now,
So
you
next
tease me
thing-
with flowers.
Napkin.
Oh, we're actually making the napkin as well. Oh my goodness.
Well, all we've done with the napkin
Yes.
is just I've used a 13.5-inch square again.
Right.
And then just do your napkin. So if we just machine round that.
So these hems, you've rolled the hem.
I've rolled the hem. I've literally folded it in and then folded the edge
it
in
on
again.
top.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a double hem type
and then
thing,
I'll
isn't it?
top stitch right close to the edge, about 1/8 of an inch.
Nice.
So if I
I'm
do
gonna
that
let you
quick,
do
I've
that
pinned
then.
it so that I can just go.
whilst you do that, I'm going to go and have a look at these beautiful fabrics.
Okay.
They are all on the website, but I just want to waft these around a bit for you. Now we've got a little graphic issue, so you're gonna have to have a look on the website to pick which one you want. But let me just show you the different options that we've got. Now this is the yellow. This is your Lola yellow. Absolutely stunning. So we saw this earlier, and it's absolutely exquisite. So Tanya Whelan. Fabulous design. She's been designing for nearly a decade, and so these will be. It might be that you've seen these in cards and paper crafting form. I've got an entire paper crafting kit of this design. Absolutely stunning. So this is so popular because you've got these perfect springtime colours, these lemon yellows and those hot pinks. They just work so well together. But you don't have to have it in just the yellow. You can also grab it in this beautiful blue, one of my favourite colours, this sort of aqua blue. I just think it's gorgeous. And then again with that lime yellow and that beautiful hot pink, it's just divine. So it's sort of kitsch, but it's a bit shabby chic, I'm thinking. Your vintage tea parties, bringing it a little bit more modern and up to date. It's that sort of feel. So we learned in the first hour this morning at 8 o'clock how to make a tablecloth. Why not do your own shabby chic tea party? Maybe you're throwing a baby shower, something like that. You know, this would all be perfect. Or if you just like pretty things. If you just look at that, it's a beautiful weight cotton. You can dressmake with this as well. So if you want a beautiful summer dress or a skirt, nice, you can do that. You can do all of those things with this fabric because it's absolutely stunning. So whether or not it's cushions for your sitting room or your conservatory, or whether it's tableware like we're doing today, or whether it's dressmaking, this fabric is perfect. Now I can hear Janice whizzing away on that sewing machine. making us our very own napkins. I didn't realise you were making the napkin as well, Janice.
Just a plain napkin. Well, I made the other one, the cream one, the vanilla. Right. It's called vanilla, isn't it?
I'm going to go and get that because it's really. I'm going to steal
and I just overlocked it with my overlocker on the end, because if you've got an overlocker, you can just overlock the end. It doesn't matter. But if you haven't, this is what you just do.
So make your own napkins.
Just to give it a neat edge.
And then you can have it to match any of your fabrics.
Any of the fabrics you see.
But this is then what we're going to make. We're going to make the napkins cover. So this is your blue Lola there. That's your blue. Whoops.
Or if you've got time, you can always edge it in these fabrics as well.
Do you know what? Actually, thinking about this fabric, what you could do on your napkin. I'm just having a thought.
She's dangerous when she's having a thought.
I know.
You're dangerous.
But because you've got on the rose fabrics, why not put an interfacing on, and you can then cut out that, and you could then applique that onto the side of your napkin.
Lovely.
Couldn't you? Mm-hmm. And it's perfect for that, because you've got that big, bold rose, so you can turn a plain fabric into something particularly beautiful.
Yeah.
I like. Do you know, I can hear the wind outside. Can you hear the wind outside? It's going crazy out there. I'm so pleased that we are in here playing with beautiful fabrics. It's really making me feel like spring will be here when the wind outside is suggesting otherwise. But so this is a perfect stay indoors and make everything pretty and lovely. It's not a day for going outdoors today.
No, it isn't.
Today is a sewing day through and through.
A sewing day.
So we've made, this is the tablecloth made earlier, and now this is
the napkin
that
matches the tablecloth.
That matches the tablecloth that matches.
That's the edge.
Right.
So then we're going to make the napkin ring. Beautiful. So all I've done is cut out. A napkin ring is 2.5.
Okay.
Sheen, 1/8 of an inch by 3. Fold it in half, and then so that you can see the stitching.
Nice. If you want that red, plain red, then that is on the aisle. I better grab that so that you can see it, because it's particularly nice too. I love the ticking, actually. Thank you ever so much. She's messaging about the interview, and she's quilted them. A table runner.
Lovely. I've done it for Christmas already.
Good job. Beautiful. But thank you ever so much. Table mats and things. So maybe you want to do, your tablecloth. That's the word I'm after. Out of one of the really vibrant fabrics. That's the yellow ticking as the tablecloth there that you can see, and then you've got the blue ticking on top there as your teacup. Your tea. What's the word I want? Coaster. It's all right. I was looking at the teacup going, what I mean. So there you go. It's a treat, doesn't it? But you see, that's just it. It's romantic, roses, it's all that, but with that vibrant edge to it. It's bringing it up a little bit more modern. Nice. Nice.
See who said that romance is dead? Right.
Wasn't me. Live and well, living in Birmingham.
I've sewn the 1/8 of the inch in.
Right.
So now what we have to do is turn it to the right side.
Right.
So normally there is a tool that turns it.
We've got bodkins on the website.
Have you got bodkins?
Yes. But you've got a trick, haven't you?
So I've got my seam rippers.
What did you do without a seam ripper? What would you do, Janice?
I wouldn't
Do you have one on your keyring, so you've always got one?
I've lost count of how many seam rippers I've got at home.
Like a girl guide always has sort of something
I've got so many seam rippers. It's unbelievable. I know.
You can get them for $2.95 on our website today, Janice.
That's it. I might even buy another one.
Another one.
So we turn that right side out.
Do I need to iron this? Should I be getting the iron out?
Yes, we need to iron it afterwards. Yeah,
I can do that. I'm on it. So you're turning it out with your seam ripper, stitch unpicker, whatever you like to call it. Does the same job.
Well, a knitting needle will do this, or a crochet hook, or anything
like that. This. Something pokey.
Yeah.
To bring it through.
To just bring it through. That's it. And this is where I said to you about the corners.
So you do that sort of massagey thing
Yeah.
that I'm still trying to learn with these fabrics.
So again, if you can't get the end out, you do that pull.
Oh, yes, with the technique
This is the type of thing when you use it. Do you know what I mean? That pull system. Especially on like clothes and dresses and that. So then we just give that a quick press.
And then we're going to make the
we're going to thread up a needle that Amy's bought me.
Oh, yeah, no, Amy did slide in with a little needle there for you.
So if I get some more cotton.
Yeah, go for it.
Machine. That's it.
So, how long have you been sewing for, Janice?
Too long.
No. Too long.
Well, don't forget, when I was young, they taught it at school.
Yes, that's true.
And I made my first dress at school. So I was about 11 then.
Really? When you made your first dress?
43 years ago.
You don't look a day over 30, Janice.
So I did it then. But again, even then, and then when I did it at night school, they made you do all these tailor tacks.
You are haunted by these tailor tacks, aren't you?
But it did teach you balance, and it did teach you how to do a 5/8 seam just off the top of your head.
Because you could do that now with your eye, can't you?
So, and it does quick you up. So, yeah.
So we're just putting a little
Cotton through.
a little
Okay.
knot in the end of the thread.
So I don't know which way to do this. So what I've done, cut out 2 little flowers, one in the one fabric and one in the other.
So that's your ticking, and that is your blue rose.
Yeah,
your
and you
blue
can
logo.
get these shapes off your computer.
This
you can
is- yeah.
You know, these are where any shape.
Whatever shape you want to
Whatever
do.
shape you want to do, you can do it. So then you put the one on top of the other.
Yes.
And I've put it opposite. So you do one big one, one small one.
Yeah.
Let's explain this better. And then I actually then put the leaves in between
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
So you just have that one.
Pretty.
And then what you do, you literally sew up the back with your knots. Just sew in a circle and take it.
So we've got the
Nice.
Tanya Whelan rose in blue on the top, and then you've got the blue ticking underneath.
Yeah.
So this is a great scrap project, isn't it?
It
so
is.
all those leftover bits,
Fabrics.
don't throw it away. You can
Do
make
this.
these into corsages. We've
Yeah.
got them for
Hats.
napkin rings. You could put them on your hats. You could
Hats.
make them into little badges. You
There
could
you
put
go.
these on your cards. Now
And
for
that's
half a
all
metre,
it takes. But, hang on.
you can make 51-sided coasters
Yeah.
with half a metre.
And then you can make about 300 flowers.
Not out for saying
Probably with half a metre.
Get another half a metre for that.
So then you pull that in, like so. And then I've got a button.
Oh, nice.
So you can put a button in the middle
Nice,
to
very
make
pretty.
it like a little flower.
Oh, lovely. And it's just using things that otherwise might get thrown away. A little scrap like
Things
that
that
might
you
get
have in
thrown
your house.
away.
If you're going to throw any of your children's clothes away, if you've got children and have outgrown them and they're scraggy and you won't give them on, pass them on,
Yeah.
cut the buttons off. That's how I've got so many buttons, and I've cut off buttons all my life.
We were saying earlier
clothes.
the batik button fabric. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be lovely to make a button box?
A button
with?
box.
You could English paper piece of button box out of that. So yeah, it's about having those things, isn't it?
And it's amazing how just that button, this button I must have had 10 years. And
But it's come out for an outing
You'll
today.
always
but
find
it
a
works,
use.
doesn't it? It
You'll
works.
always find
It's
a
been
use.
waiting for this Lola, this
Yeah.
beautiful Lola rose fabric from Tanya Whelan. It's just been waiting for the right job, and here it is.
And here it is.
Absolutely
Now,
gorgeous.
If you've got time, or you just want to do it,
There's all the fabrics together, done out on a beautiful table setting there.
That's it.
That's what we've made today. So if you want to make a reversible one, so same fabric on both sides, 25 out of half a metre.
Yeah.
That's an
It's
entire
amazing.
party, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And half a metre of fabric.
People are having
Can you
like
imagine
vintage.
how much that would cost you? in the
Well, I
shops?
know, and people are having sort of
Yeah.
vintage shabby chic type weddings, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Why not decorate your tables in this?
You can.
Nice.
It's really good.
Oh, beautiful.
But then, so normally what you'd do, you'd fold that in,
Yeah.
and then you'd sew that down to make it a nice edge, and the other side.
Should we do that? We've got time.
We have got time to do it, haven't we,
that.
today? So if I cast off this.
So by casting off, how are you securing that so that it's not going to come through?
I'm just going to do that and just pull it again, and that will stay like that.
Do you? I sort of loop through so it kind of makes a knot.
A knot.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh, we've had a tip from Margaret.
You can do a couple of knots.
So thank you very much for your message.
That's a tip.
She says if you've got a problem with threading sewing needles, put a dab of nail varnish on the end of your thread, and then just goes through.
Gosh.
Top tips. Thank you very much for that. Excellent.
I love tips.
Me too.
They're
Me
great,
too.
aren't
Well,
they?
these are the sort of things that your grandmother used to pass down to you. I learnt with my grandmother, you know, but she passed away when I was 15, so that was the end of that education. So from there, I was left to freestyle it by myself, which is fine because now we have things like YouTube, but we didn't back in the day. And of course now we have the sewing quarter, which means that every day you get sort of 4 hours of tuition without having to go off to a workshop or anything. And you get to discover this, because I don't know about you, but when I go into a haberdashery store, there's all sorts of things. I don't know what it does. So let us take you by the hand and bit by bit show you what these things can do. Lots of messages about the Insulbright. So basically this is a wadding with a reflective layer through the middle of it. So it will reflect heat back and keep things warm, or it'll reflect cold back and keep things cool. So whether you're making your own lunch boxes, because they're expensive. Coasters we've made today. We've also learnt about stadium cushions.
Yes.
From one of our lovely viewers who said that she was making stadium cushions using these to keep their bottoms warm when they went to the football. Important.
It's true, though.
Very important.
You can get ever so cold.
You can make oven mitts, casserole covers, pot holders, tea cozies, all out of this. You've been very impressed with this, haven't you?
I like it, yeah.
When did you first come across this?
When you gave it me to work with.
There you go. There's not much call of it for dressmaking, is there?
No, but for this type of work, and I'm going to do a lot more of this type of work as well now. This crafts, and because I'm learning such a lot as well.
Well, I guess the thing is, you have the skill because you're a dressmaker. You know, by training and by trade. Yeah. You have all those skills. So actually, they are transferable. Once you've got the skill, you've got the skill.
You've got the skill.
If you can sew, you can sew. And I was saying yesterday, our guest Jennifer is a dressmaking and pattern maker, and you could just see those skills coming through into what she was making a laptop cover. So it was all transferable.
It's all transferable.
Fab.
Now I'm not doing this brilliant because I know it's going to be covered up.
Okay, but it is just a matter of just finishing off those ends.
So it's just finishing off the ends.
Well, then it stands out and we can see. Now, this is a whip stitch, isn't it?
Yeah. You know more than me on these stitches, I just do them.
Well, they all have different names as well.
Yeah.
So a whip stitch is, I believe...
over stitching. I know the old blanket stitch and the old stitches like that we used to use, but... Well, because I'm a cross-stitcher as well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Any kind of stitching you'll throw your hand to, won't you?
Love it. I did a MGB once, car.
Did you?
Cross-stitch.
Amazing.
And a dragon.
Gosh. Yeah. There's no... You know, once you start getting into this, there's no end of different things,
well,
isn't there, that you can get into.
The thing is, when you're sitting in front of the TV or watching a film, you can be doing something like knitting or making clothes.
Kids are in bed. Yeah. Bit of you time.
And when you're sitting there, years ago, I used to be a smoker.
Oh, were you?
And I gave up 27 years ago.
How many years ago?
27 years ago.
Gosh, well done you.
And I was sitting at night, and of course my hands, I thought, what do I do with my hands? So I just started knitting and doing knitting. And no. Well, I started knitting when I was really young, but then I thought of a night, I'm going to start doing knitting again. So just to keep my hands... You know.
For me, it was... And look what you've made. I mean, this is it. You're decorating your home. You're making your own home look absolutely lovely. So this is the Tanya Whelan fabrics that we've got for you. Absolute favourite of mine, this. I'm going to make a summer dress out of that yellow. That's inspired me.
I would.
Or maybe the blue.
Nice one.
I love the yellow, but I don't really suit yellow, so I'm going to make it out the blue.
I like the blue.
But maybe I'll make one of those flowers out of the yellow to have as a corsage. Hey, if you're going to a summer wedding, you could make or a summer ball or something. You could make a dress to go to the wedding.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Now I have to be careful with pastel shades because I'm olive skinned.
Oh, are you?
And I look dirty all the time.
Oh, really?
When I do wear yellows, I have to wear real harsh yellows. Do you know what I mean?
Like
that colour. So
sort
pastel colours on me. No, that's awful.
Oh no, you see that blue on me. That's my colour. That
blue
is.
Suits you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Little dress out of this.
Yeah, be lovely. Yeah, absolutely. See straight away.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Straight away on you. That looks lovely.
If only I knew someone who could make me a dress out of this. How much would I need, Janice?
She's going to say it's probably 2 metres.
2 metres? Okay, so $6.95 per half a metre. That's a very inexpensive dress, isn't it?
£28.
£28 for a dress.
Handmade.
Just my time.
Handmade.
Or yours.
Nice shift dress. Nice shift dress.
Would you show me how to make one?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe on air. Look at this. I like this.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Summer dresses. If you want to get in touch, then please do. We are.
So now I'm just going to.
There you go. Under here. Under where we're live. You've got message the studio, so you can message us there. Or if you want to email studio@sewingquarter.com. I'm still wearing
that dress.
Still wearing the dress. Do you think if I wear it long enough, it'll just become a dress?
It will.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's so pretty. Would I have to be, if I was making this into a dress, Janice, would I have to be careful of the direction of the print or not really?
Is there a pattern to it?
Well, there is.
No, I don't think so with that one.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, if it's...
No, it doesn't matter what way.
Either way round, it's pretty.
Because there's not a certain pattern to it where you've got to... You know, with certain patterns, you have to pattern match.
So if I were to, hang on, let me play with them all now.
See, the stripy one, you'd probably have to pattern match.
The ticking.
That one, you'd probably have to pattern match. You with me? And also, the nice thing about dressmaking as well, if you're a bit on the heavy side like me, you can manoeuvre the stripes to go that way. You see, when you're small like me.
Yeah.
And a bit big, you don't want stripes going that way.
Right.
Because they make you look wider.
So elongate.
So you need them
to go that way.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Stripes.
I'm going to go and put these back and tidy up.
But that's lovely. So then all we do...
So what are you doing there, Janice? Tell us what you're doing while I pop these back here.
Making the actual ring.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
So just sewing them all together.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pull the threads. I'm doing it really well, but...
that flower's going to sit over the top, so you won't see that. So we're looking at a springtime treat. We're looking at dressing these tables for barbecues, for picnics. Why not make your own tablecloth that you can then take on your picnic, throw down, then have your little place settings and your napkins. You're going to look... now you see, open-air theatre and festivals and things like that.
Festivals. Yeah, that'd be great for festivals.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
That'd be great for festivals. Because I've been to a festival.
Have you?
I went to Ender Road last year. I was cold.
Well, you want some of this?
You need to insulate.
Wrap yourself up in the insult
Make
brights.
the poncho.
Absolutely, yes. Yes. A poncho and insult brights. Anything's possible. But you could, couldn't you?
You could make a poncho.
Because you have parties in the park and things like that, don't you?
Too right.
And you want to take your picnic to that.
Festivals, great.
And concerts.
Yep.
Where I lived before, we were very close to Burley House, and they always had open-air concerts and things, and you'd have to take your picnic along with you. Well, that's perfect, isn't
it? That's it.
Absolutely perfect. Now, this interval, I've just been asked to tell you the size. 45 inches by a yard. Now, I have to give you that in metric, so that's 1.143 metres by 91.44 centimetres. There you go. So I'd love to say I worked that out in my head, but absolutely not. Oh, Janice, what are you doing?
So all I'm doing now is sewing the actual flower onto the napkin ring at the to cover my awful stitching there. And then what I do is go through the button again.
Oh, so you're reinforcing.
The button, so I'm really reinforcing the button on it. So, and then that will literally, there we go, won't it come out? No way.
So you can just decorate your table for a party, for a birthday, for a baby shower, for a special occasion.
Yeah.
Do you know, I say for a special occasion, and yet I don't save things for best. For me, every day's best.
Yeah.
So I celebrate every day, so every day's best for me. So this would have to come out every day.
I can't get through the button here. That's typical. There we go.
There we are.
I'm just going to cast this off now at the back.
I think it's staying on. I think that's very firmly in place.
That's it.
Lovely.
So, trim off any threads that you don't need at the back. Lock it through. Do the loop. Sorry, cut it off. Then you can trim your cottons off and your knots just to tidy it up a bit. I always try and tidy things up if I can.
Yeah.
And get rid of...
Now, I hope you can take the time. Sorry, I'm intrigued as to what's happening.
So then with the napkin...
Yep.
So there's your napkin
Is there a posh way to... Oh, hang on, you've done your napkin all posh on there.
What I do is just fold it in half for quickness.
Right.
Fold it in half. Fold it into the middle, the edges. Edges overlap. Do that.
Very nice.
And then put your napkin ring.
It's like working in a posh hotel here, isn't it? You're learning how to do all your fancy napkin things.
And voila, there's your flower.
For a birthday
to
tea.
Match all your linen.
Birthday afternoon
all the
tea.
Table linens.
And you turn up to someone's birthday afternoon tea and you've got a pretty table napkin. Yeah. Very pretty.
You can't really sew on the edges of these flowers because it's so intricate.
But
and to go around it again.
We had a whole hour on how to make fabric flowers the other day. And actually, by not going around the edges, it frays a little bit and it just adds to the prettiness of it, doesn't it? It just makes it look all that more delicate.
You can do it, but it's very, very tricky. And you have to make it a lot bigger and, you know.
Oh, I think that's gorgeous.
So they're just nice, aren't they?
Scraps. Use up your scraps on that. So that is the Lola fabric from Tanya Wheeler, a stunning collection. We're looking at that beautiful blue, that acid yellow, and then that lemon yellow. It's all in there.
Nice.
And then you've got that red and that pink. Oh, it's absolutely divine. You can dressmake with this fabric. You can do all your home interiors with this. So whether your cushions, blinds you could make with it as well. You could do all of that.
Festoon blinds.
Yeah.
I used to make
amazing.
I used to make
festoon
blinds.
What haven't you made? There's you saying, well, I'd like to get into more crafting.
Fashion, I'd make them because they cost too much.
Absolutely. This is it, isn't it? This is the joy of it. And it's we've got the Inshore Bright here for $5.95, but the fabric is all $6.95 per half a metre. And that's all your Tanya Whelan fabrics on the show today. We've got the crisscross there on the details down there. Shall I go across and have a look at that? So if I just show you that crisscross blue that we've got down the bottom there. Oh, okay. I'll stay with the Inshore Bright here. I'll stay here. So if you've grabbed this, we've had lots of ideas on how to use the Inshore Bright, haven't we? Lots of ideas. What's been your favourite idea?
I don't know. The stadium
seats. Yeah, that's really tickled our fancy, hasn't it, today?
Yeah, but again, festivals. Festivals is a big thing, especially with Amy's age and that age group. And do you know
For those who don't know, Janice is our floor manager's mum. So Amy,
she's 24, and it's that age group.
Yes,
that are all big into these Reading Festival, and when they come back and they're frozen and they're cold, and that would be great.
Well, do you know what?
In a wrap, in a lovely fabric, it's
now
wonderful.
The sizing. Lots of you asking about the sizing. 1.14 metres, so a smidge over a metre by 91.44 centimetres. That's 45 inches by a yard in old money, but we're not allowed to say that. We have to give it to you in metric.
And then some people take the children to the festivals.
Yeah.
Like Glastonbury's a family festival.
Do you know what, actually?
So you could do them for your children.
You know you did earlier, you did the tablecloth.
Yeah.
and that was out of a metre
Yes.
of fabric, there's no reason that you couldn't use that to do an insulated
wrap or
well, either wrap or
poncho.
tablecloth for the floor.
Yes.
Because then the wet of the grass won't come through,
won't
will
come
it?
through. That's a good idea.
And then you can sit on the warm.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
That is a really good idea.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So this
Really good
here
idea.
is the yellow in the Lola Rose. All of these $6.95 per half a metre.
Really good.
It is, isn't it? So just brighten everything up. It's modern, it's light, it's fresh, it's vibrant. It's a modern take, isn't it, on those classic motifs.
And fabrics haven't gone up that much in the years. The prices.
Really?
No, I was paying £12, £13 a metre for fabric 10, 15 years ago.
Really?
For the good fabric.
And this
So
is...
I don't think they've gone up that much fabric.
This is a great
You'll always
fabric.
get your cheap fabrics, but then you get
what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
And what you're paying for here is 100% cotton from a beautiful designer where you'll see her work on the front cover of all of those inspirational magazines, you know, your home gardens and your romantic homes. She's regularly featured in there. That's what this is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that romance, it's the rose, it's the colour, but it's the bringing it up to date with these beautiful colours.
The colours.
And that's what we're doing. So $6.95 per half a metre. So you did the maths. I need 2 metres for my dress.
Yeah. Yeah, because you want your length.
Nice. So that's still a dress for well under £30.
Yeah.
So that's 4 units that I would have to put in when I was buying it on the website.
Yeah.
So you can go onto the website, sewingquarter.com. It is by the half metre. It will be cut in one continuous length. And if you're at all worried about that, then ring our free phone, UK-based number, 0800 112 4433. And our staff are trained and happy to help. This was your tablecloth, wasn't it, from the end? Do you want to grab one?
Yeah, it's a tablecloth.
So you could put your, if you made this as a square metre, you could put your insole bright, that would fit.
That would fit.
And then you would have a nice warm.
A warm. And what you'd do is you'd have a real nice fabric this side.
Yes.
But then if it was something that you were going to a festival with,
Yes.
you could always, because you'd have to have a backing to it.
Yes.
So you'd have a cheaper backing.
Yes. Maybe
So
one of the planes that
that's
we've
gonna
got
go
on the show as
floor,
well.
Or, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And then when Amy gets cold at the festivals and she's had her picnic, she just wraps herself up in it and she's lovely and warm.
And she's lovely and warm.
Hey, do you know what? I'm just thinking about
That's
just an edge for my dress
the
there.
dress. Yeah.
And
See, if you look at that, see the length on that on you. So that's 1 metre. So it's 2 metres.
I'm going to need 2 metres for this. That's good.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
Lots of you messaging about the insole bright. This has really taken everyone's fancy.
Yeah.
It's really...
It's so much you can do with it, though.
Lots of multi-buyers as well going for this. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's £5.95. Janice, you've put it in. Let's show what you've made today. We've made little coasters today. We've also made... placemats as well, so it's going to protect your tables. It's going to keep everything absolutely. Oh, here we go. They're here.
Here's the placemats.
Even better. So we use the rick rack that we've got on the show as well, but it's got a little rustle. When you do that, you can hear there's a little rustle, and that is just lovely. So then you have your there, and then maybe you want to have your napkin there, and then you've got your little coaster.
That's
there.
it.
Beautiful. And all with the insole brights. All on your insole brights. So there's insole bright on there. Or maybe you want to have that there and that there. Or maybe
turn it round.
that
turn
there.
That round.
Because these are all the different options that we've got.
And that.
Or maybe you want that one and that. Oh, so many ways to play with these.
So many.
Absolutely beautiful. They really are. Absolutely gorgeous.
Lovely,
I like it a lot. But so, however you're deciding to pretty up and get ready for spring, get ready for summer, we've got it here for you with these beautiful Tanya Whelan fabrics, just £6.95. I think garden parties, this is what it's making me think.
Can you imagine the Queen?
Oh, yes, when she pops round for tea.
Yes, when she pops round
When she pops round, old Madge, popping round for a cup of tea.
No, they're great.
I don't know about
Beautiful
you,
colours.
but I'm also thinking that insole bright. My brother's got a metal sort of cafe type little round table and chairs in his.
Yeah.
You do know the ones I mean?
Yes, I do.
Now that they've started me on the stadium seating,
you can make
you know when
him
you sit on the metal
you're going to make him.
seats,
They get so
cold, isn't it?
They're cold, aren't they?
Insure Bright yourself a nice little cushion.
You'll be
pad.
walking around with the cushion attached to you, for
strapped on. So you could, and then so then you've got a nice little cushion,
permanent cushion
on there. Nice. It's not a bad idea.
I know.
Not a bad idea. I do feel the cold.
It's gorgeous.
That would be lovely. And then you can have your tablecloth over the top. Yeah. So maybe you want to do just it is romantic, this material, isn't it? Lovely. It is romantic. So I'm thinking maybe a nice afternoon tea.
So nice that these have come back in fashion, these designs and these. But they never really went out of fashion,
no, they
did
didn't.
they?
They've just been updated with these colours. And I think that's what Tanya Whelan's done so well. But Janice, thank you so much. You've brought us some beautiful items, gorgeous fabrics and lovely inspiration.
It's lovely.
Thank you so much.
That's lovely.
Thank you. And thank you at home.
Goodbye.
Now, we're back with the Batiks next hour, with something a little bit different. So you might have been looking at this and thinking, I want to make a wash bag. But, you know, it's cotton. So if only it were waterproof.
You can make it waterproof.
Stay with us, because we are going to make that waterproof come true in just one moment. Thank you so much. We'll see you in just a moment. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.
Join us this weekend, where we'll be featuring classic pre-cuts from the Kaffe Fassett Collective at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Here at the Sewing Quarter, you'll hear us talking about pre-cuts a lot of the time. And I can hear you saying, what's a pre-cut, John? Now, pre-cuts, they're pieces of fabric that have been bundled together, all cut to the same size, usually from complementary fabrics, so you've got a lovely little bundle to take home and start your sewing. Pre-cuts come in all shapes and sizes, but here are a few of the most popular. This is a jelly roll. I love jelly rolls. Now, these are normally 40 strips of fabric. They are all 110 by 6.35 centimetres. To you and me, that's 44 inches by 2.5 inches wide. They're normally cut from 8 different fabrics, but look how gorgeous they are. Now, one word of warning. They look beautiful like this. When you cut them open, all the fabric spread everywhere. You'll never, ever be able to put them back together again. This is a charm pack. There are 42 pieces of fabric, 12.7 centimetres by 12.7 centimetres. So basically, it's a 5-inch square. You get so many gorgeous fabrics in a charm pack. You'll find an awful lot of patterns inside a charm pack as well. Another favourite pack is the Fat Quarter Pack. Now, these measure 55 centimetres by 50 centimetres, or like me, 22 inches by 20 inches. Now, you normally find lots of different fabrics all bundled together. They're all different colours, all different shapes, but you know what? Unlike the jelly rolls and unlike the charm packs, the number of pieces of fabric can alter from 2 to 30. Look. Whichever pre-cut you choose, you've just got to remember 2 things. 1, all the fabrics will go so beautifully together. And 2, someone else has done the boring, laborious task of cutting them all out. So it's all about getting on with the sewing, which is what we love here at the Sewing Quarter.
Here at the Sewing Quarter, we sell fabric in all sorts of different sizes. Some will be pre-cut, but others will be specifically cut to your order. The most common measurement you'll hear us talk about here at the Sewing Quarter is
your fat quarter. So the fat quarter is 22 inches across and 20 inches there. Now that's 55 centimetres by 50 centimetres approximately there. Now fat quarters will often be sold in bundles for you, and they come looking beautiful, all lovely and folded, and it's great for storage because it doesn't look as though you've got as much fabric as you're actually getting. Lots of people prefer fat quarters to long quarters because you can cut larger pieces from your fat quarter. So this is a long quarter, and your long quarter is cut across the bolt, so it's edge to edge crossways. That is your salvage edge to edge. So we're looking at 110 centimetres across. For those of you that like your inches, that's 44 inches, and it's 25 centimetres deep, so that's what, 10 inches. So if you're looking at cutting your 2.5 inch strips, that's absolutely perfect. You'll get 4 of those out of a long quarter. So you can clearly see the difference between a fat quarter and the long quarter. So this is your 1/2 metre. So the 1/2 metre is salvage to salvage, so that's 110 centimetres or 44 inches, and then it's your 1/2 metre in width there. So that's going to be 50 centimetres or your 20 inches there. Now this is double a fat quarter, so if you have a fat quarter it's going to be half this, and it would just be cut down the middle there, and that would give you 2 fat quarters. It's getting bigger now. We're on to your metre. Here we go. So this is your metre of fabric. So again, edge to edge crossways, that is your salvage. So that's 110 centimetres or 44 inches. And then this length here, that's your metre or 40 inches. But of course here at the Sewing Quarter, we cut your fabric from 1/2 metre increments, so you can buy as much as you like. Check out our website for more details. Welcome back. Now I'm Natasha McCarthy, and it's our last live hour this morning here at the Sewing Quarter. So we've made all sorts of bags and table dressings. Now here's the thing. What if I could tell you that we had a product on our show today that could turn beautiful cotton fabrics like this waterproof, water resistant, which suddenly means that if you want to make wash bags and things like that to match. Maybe you've done your beach bag like we made in the earlier hour, but then you want to have a water-resistant pouch, bag. Maybe it's something you're maybe going to put your phone or something in it while you're on the beach, glasses, anything like that. Then why not make it water-resistant? And we have got Victoria to show us how to do this. So you can grab all these fabrics and you can then make your beautiful bags with a glossy or a matte finish. So let me show you. This has gone from this fabric here, cotton, lovely, beautiful, to this, and that is now water resistant. Ooh, how did we do it? How did we do it? How did we do it? It's magic, and it's got sort of a sheen on it. It's got a little gloss on there. Can you see? There you go. So there you can see, that's the difference. So the fabric, you can see, was, and this is the one that we've used, normal cotton fabric, 100% cotton fabric. But then it's been treated with this product we're going to show you in just 1 minute. And you can see, same fabric, but it's now water resistant. I need to know how. And the lady with the know-how, Victoria, hello.
I've got my magic with me.
You bring us magic.
I do.
Right, fabric coating.
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't know it was a thing.
No, neither did I.
Amazing.
Until I was presented with this rather amazing product. And you can apply it to your fabrics before you sew.
So do it before?
Yes.
Okay.
And you could treat it. It's a strange gel-like substance, and you treat your fabrics, and then it makes them, like you said, water resistant. It's clever.
Oh, it's so clever.
Because in the UK, I know we have online some laminates, but you might really love these batiks, and you want to use them for similar projects that you were doing with the laminates.
Yes.
So you can actually treat the fabric and still make the same project.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. And so, I mean, if you wanted to coat your favourite fabrics in it, suddenly, you know, those ones that you've got a makeup bag, that's fine, that can just be cotton. But if you want to have a matching wash bag and you've not managed to do that, because let's face it, you know, something always squirts out and, you know.
It's a mess.
This is the one. And then that is water resistant. Very clever.
It is very clever.
Oda fabric coating gel for 250ml, $14.95. Show us.
Right, this is the product here, Oda Coat fabric coating gel. And it is. Does your son watch any art-based programs on CBeebies?
Oh, he watches all sorts.
Mr. Maker?
Yes.
Gloopy Glue? This is what this is like.
Okay.
It's really unusual texture. I'll just take the lid off here.
Now, can I just show? Because you've made a couple of projects out of this.
Yes, I've coated enough to make these 3 wash bags. The 2 that we've got here, plus the one that I'll make today, I've given them all 3 layers, and I've used half a tub.
Oh, not even that. Yeah, that's great,
it's
isn't it? So, what's it actually doing to the fabric?
It is like a plastic.
Okay.
That it's just creating a plastic film on top.
That's very clever.
Would you like me to show you?
Yes, please.
I've got a piece of plastic here, so we don't ruin this cutting mat. I happen to have some plastic at home, but you could just use like a plastic carrier bag or something. Just protect your surfaces, particularly your cutting mat. And you take it out, and you can see how it's really gloopy. Gloopy is the only word I can think of. And you apply
That's
it on.
how my custard looks.
Oh dear.
I know. No one eats my custard.
So what I've done with these projects is I've actually cut my fabric a little bit bigger than you would do normally. Not much, just a bit bigger, because you can see the edges just fray a little bit. And of course you're dampening the fabric. And as you do that, it could stretch a little bit out of place.
Okay.
It's a very stable fabric once it's all dried, but as you're doing this, you can see that you're...
Would you maybe, if you pinking sheared the edges, then you'd get less...
Yes, that would stop the fraying.
Fraying, wouldn't you?
Yes.
So, and is that, you just literally just brush it on?
So I've brushed it on, and I'll just put the brush down over here.
And is it just the one side
and then,
that you do?
Yes, you do it on the right side of the fabric. So the side that you see, the patterned side.
So this is stopping water from getting in?
Getting in.
But I guess once there's that...
It's protected.
Yeah.
And so, of course, you could do it for the lining.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do it for your exterior fabric. You could just do it on your lining fabric. If you wanted fancy lining. You then just take a card, any old store card will do, and then just scrape off that excess so it's not too chunky and messy. So you take off that excess.
And also you can pop the back in the pot.
And then you save all the bits that you don't use. So then you leave that for an hour before you apply a second coat. The number of coats that you put on will depend on how glossy the effect is.
So it's not how water resistant it's going to make it. It's
no, they claim that one layer is enough.
You can see the sheen. So actually,
well, I've got here for you. I've got this piece here has got 3 coats on it, and this one hasn't been coated at all. Okay. So that might go some way to demonstrate the difference in colour and the difference in texture.
It's almost like it's turned it into an oilcloth, isn't it?
Yes.
That sort of thing, but without having that thickness.
Yeah,
and
it's
need
still
to change.
pliable.
Now, we've said it's water resistant. Let's test it.
Let's give it a try.
Now, obviously, I've been given many a cloth. We're not really meant to have water in the studio.
No, it's only a little bit.
Invariably, I spill things. So, like this morning, tea went all over the... Anyway, I'm going to splash this on here. Yes, there it is. Water resistant.
The water just beads up on the outside.
It does, it just beads up, doesn't it? And then... Yes!
Clever, isn't it?
I like that a lot.
So it becomes water resistant with one layer. The more layers you put on, the shinier it is. And if you want it even more glossy than that, you can use a Teflon pressing sheet to put it over the top and give it a press through the Teflon sheet.
Right, I've never heard of Teflon I can't even say it, let alone sell it. But we do have one of those on the show, which we'll get to later. Now, this is incredible. I'm so impressed with this. $14.95, and you can make your own wash bags out of the material that you want to match whatever you want. Absolutely fab. That is your fabric coating gel. Now, it says the fabric takes on an oilcloth effect, but without the density that you associate with your oilcloth.
Yeah, some of them can be really tight and difficult to sew with, and really sticky under the sewing machine. This is a little bit sticky under the sewing machine, but actually it's much easier to work with.
This is brilliant, and it says on here for use with small tablecloths.
Yes.
So those beautiful tablecloths that Janice made earlier, you can then oilcloth up.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then when the product is dry, the fabric can be cut, sewn, or cleaned with a sponge.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Really versatile.
Awesome.
It's a great product. Come on, where's your muscles? You do have to be careful to wipe the edges. I used like a baby wipe just to clean the edges at home.
Ooh. Now, you see, you've done 3 layers on 3 projects, and there's still a good half, if not a little bit more.
And I've done my little samples
and your
as well.
swatches. And you did 3 layers on that. You didn't.
Yes.
I can't stress this enough. By adding extra layers, you're not adding extra water resistance. You're just adding a gloss.
A gloss, and it also makes it a little bit more stiff.
Okay.
The fabric becomes more sturdy. So these wash bags, if I'd made these out of the Batiks on their own, they probably wouldn't stand up like that.
No, absolutely. There.
So it makes them a bit more sturdy.
So that's the gloss. There's the sheen. They've taken my water away.
They have. Don't trust us, do they?
No, they don't. But it's still, it still moves like a cotton.
Yes, it's still really pliable. It hasn't gone board stiff.
No. That's brilliant.
It's great.
That's absolutely brilliant. And then look, you see that? You can really see it. It's still moving like a normal cotton fabric, but it's just
got that added functionality of being.
Oh, you've lined it. I was going to see what it looks.
Sorry.
She's
lined
so
it.
good at job. She's lined it beautifully, so I can't see. Oh no, hang on. I've got my swatch. I can have a look at my swatch.
Oh yes.
So with my swatch, that's it coated on the outside. Oh, you can really see that sheen, can't you? It's lovely and glossy. That's lovely, isn't it?
That's the one with 3 layers on, and I've got one that's 1 layer on, and it's different, but it's not totally a million miles away.
Water resistant, but it's not as glossy. So if you don't want that glossy effect, but you just want the water resistance, just put 1 layer on.
And as long as you apply it nicely and evenly with the brush, and then scrape off the excess, you'll get a nice even finish.
So that's 1 layer, but when we say add more for more gloss, look at that. Multi-bars on this already. I'm not surprised.
It just it gives you that flexibility.
Q81, and it's $14.95. Presents. How many times have you used this?
Only for this project. Only for these projects.
So you didn't know about this either?
No, I'd never even heard of it before.
Is this going to revolutionise your life?
Yeah, I think it will do.
Sewing corsets were about making life easier and making your sewing easier. I love this. So today we've introduced Janet to Insole Bright.
Yes.
And she's got carried away with that. We've introduced you to this fabric coating gel. Fabulous fabric coating gel.
Yep.
Where's it going to end?
I know.
It's fab, isn't it? Yeah. Now you've used it on these makeup bags.
Yes, and I'm going to
I'm going to call these wash bags.
Wash bags.
Because finally you can put your toothbrush in there and not worry about
the mess.
You know, getting everywhere.
Yes, so I'm going to make one of those out of one of the other Batik prints that we have.
It's kind of soft and satisfying. It's nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel I thought it was going to be sticky, but it's not.
No, it's not sticky at all.
Because oilcloth can sometimes be a little bit sticky.
Yeah, really sticky. And it's sort of when you try and sew with it, it sticks to itself. This is still quite all right.
Okay, so you're going crazy for this. There might be a slight queue on the phone line because bear with us, but I think we've just brought you something that you rather like quite a lot.
Not surprised.
So bear with us. Hopefully we've brought enough stock for you all. But do check out your baskets and grab it. So sewingquarter.com if you're buying online, or if you'd like to ring, don't worry if you are in a bit of a queue, you can carry on watching us, and it is a free phone number, so you're not being charged to be sitting in a queue. 0800 112 4433. Victoria?
Yes?
Isn't this ideal? Did you think of the wash bag project before you got this, or did you get this and go, oh, I now clearly just need to make wash bags?
Need to make wash bags. Seems like a really easy thing to use it for.
I'm already going through all my fabrics at home going, what can I turn into plastic?
Yeah.
It's not turning it into plastic, no. It's giving it a coating. I'm being asked by my producer to warn you to please check out, because although we thought we'd brought enough, it is the first time on air, and as soon as there's a queue on the phone lines, that tells me check out your baskets.
Check out, quick.
Especially because so many of you are multi-buying.
Oh, we could do a really good deal on this one that's half used. Pre-used product.
Oh gosh, if everybody who checks out their basket, who's got it in their basket, it'll sell out. So, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, we can't guarantee you getting this product unless you check out your basket. So I hate having to do this. I really hate having to do this, but I don't want you to miss out. So if you've seen this, like we all have, and gone,
it's great.
And we've got to wait. I mean, 11 people are waiting on the phone.
Oh, are they?
And,
are they being
and then,
patient?
of course, there are all of you that are going online as well. So, and that's just in the queue. That's not those already speaking to our help team. So, okay, grab this while you can. MVGQ81 14.95. Once you get it home, this is what you can be making with it. Well done if you got it. Gosh.
Lovely. Where are we?
15 minutes
15 minutes.
It's gone. Right.
Disappeared.
Let's have a look at the fabric then.
Yes. We're using the batiks again.
Beautiful.
And we've got this lovely one here.
Nice. Oh!
So many lovely colours in there.
Do you know, I was looking at this from across the studio, and it almost looked like it was out of an oil painting.
Yes, it's got that slightly... I can't think of the right word, but it's movement in it.
It's the rich depth that was giving me that sort of oil painting finish.
It's lovely.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I hadn't really noticed this, but now I love it.
It's great.
Ooh.
So we're going to make a wash bag.
Cutter.
Yes.
Let's get you a rotary cutter.
I realise there isn't one.
We'll get
find one.
Floor Manager Amy on the job for that.
Okay, so these wash bags I've made from a 10 by 7 inch rectangle. Like I said at the beginning, I've cut the rectangle slightly bigger just in case it goes a little bit wonky. So then I'm going to trim it down to 10 by 7.
Okay.
So you need 2 from your outer fabric, which has been pre-treated, and you need 2 from your lining fabric, exactly the same size.
Okay.
These 2 bags here that I've got are actually made from the same size pattern pieces.
Oh, really?
I've just attached a different size zip on a different edge.
Oh, I see. No, absolutely.
So on this blue bag, I've attached along this edge, and on the other blue bag...
on the Purple Rain?
On the Purple Rain, we've attached it at the top.
Do you know what? Actually, this is great because so often they come this size, but actually the bottles that I want to not fall over and leak everywhere are that size.
Yeah. So
I salute this.
Yeah, I think it's a great option for wash bags, because even though you've treated your fabric and if there is a mess, it's not going to ruin your bag, you still don't want to be messing around cleaning up. So if you can keep it upright.
Perfect. We've got 3 different zips. So if you want your 25 centimetre zip,
I've used
that one.
This one's a 7 inch zip.
Right.
Which in centimetres.
Okay, so 7 times by 2 is 14, then half 7 is 18 centimetres. There you go. Yeah, that's how we have to work it out.
And then
a little bit.
the
18
other
centimetre, that one.
And then this one's the 10 inch zip.
Okay.
Which is the 25 centimetre.
That which was the one for 195 that we just had up on our screen. We'll get it. We have to... If you're thinking,
maths.
what are they going on about trying to work things out? We have to legally give you the centimetres. No matter whether you work in inches or not, legally we have to give it to you in centimetres. So that's why we will. And also, a lot of you work in centimetres. I work in centimetres.
Yes.
Whereas, quilters I know work in inches.
Yeah, it depends what I'm doing. So actually you can see here, if we can see from above, I cut this out as a regular rectangle, but the way I've lined it up, I've put this line on a straight edge here, and you can see it's only just extending past this line here, but it's extending further out this side.
Right.
So when you've applied with a paintbrush, it's just moved it around a little bit.
Okay.
So that's why...
So leave yourself a little bit extra.
A little bit extra. Just stand on my toes.
Oh yeah, these benches are quite high, aren't they?
For us slightly less tall people.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
With all my big platform shoes.
Now,
So
when
I'm
you
just-
pop your rotary cutter down, always make sure you just cover the blade.
Yes, be safe.
It's one of those things, isn't it? You'll get used to your own one.
Yes, you do. Mine's got almost like a quick release. It just disappears.
So the one that we've
disappears.
got today is our sewing quarter one, and it's lovely because it's got a soft grip handle on. So if you're doing a lot of cutting in a day, then it's not, it just sits really nicely in your hand. It's a great grip because you don't want to lose your grip on your rotary cutter, do you at all?
No.
So we've got that for you today. And now this is the good thing. It comes with 5 blades, 3 of which are straight blades, like we're seeing here, but then 2 of them are wave blades. Ooh, which I can only imagine, and if at home you know any different to me, must give you like a pinking shear effect on your fabric.
I think I need to try them out. It sounds like it does, doesn't it?
If you're going to wave anything, that's why I would imagine you would do it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
So,
it will give
yeah.
it a nice pinked edge.
Which I hadn't really heard of, but, here at the sewing quarter, you guys have, so we get them in for you. This is looking good.
So I'm just trimming down
Yeah.
to the 10 by 7.
Uh-huh. Very nice.
Trying to line up, try and get it vaguely straight.
Wow. Now, a little apology.
What have I done?
No, you haven't done anything, it's us.
Good. It's normally me.
Okay. Right, Penelope, Patricia, Sonia, you've all sent us messages and about how to use it. So basically you just apply layers. All the instructions are on the back of the pot, and re-watch the show because we showed that first off. But it means that you're going to get a water resistant. So whether you are making pencil cases, my
Yes.
boy always leaves pen lids off, and I don't want that
Yes.
going on everything in his bag. So, things like that, absolutely perfect for. Wash bags, anything where you want a water resistance finish. Now, I do need to apologise because it has now sold out. We thought, it's selling out. Let's be clear about this. If everybody checks out their basket who has it in their basket, it will be gone. So if you're sitting there with it in your basket, please check out to make sure that you get it. Okay, really important, because I don't want you to miss out. If you've got it in your basket and you're sitting there thinking, oh, that's fine, please check out. And don't think that means you can't check out again today. Of course you can. Our P&P is by the day, not per times that you check out your basket.
Fab.
Really great.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. We're going to attach the zip, and we're going to do one half of the bag first, and then we'll move on to the second half of the bag. So we're going to attach one lining and one main fabric. So my tip for when bag making and sewing in zips is a touch of glue stick.
Right.
Just to help you keep the zip in place. So I'm just going to run a bit of glue.
Now we've got actually our little glue sticks.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, fabulous. Even nicer than using this.
So, so the glue sticks are fab, and we can use them for applique, we can use them for your English paper piecing, and they're made specifically for fabric. So rather than struggling with paper glues...
Yes, because that is a bit unwieldy.
Yeah, and it's got a smaller edge as well. So loads of you bought those the other day. £5.95 for the glue stick plus the little refill.
Ooh.
So you can use it on your English paper piecing. It doesn't mark the fabric. It goes on blue. It dries clear. clear.
Clever, so you can see where you've glued.
Absolutely. Which is
Brilliant.
why it's better than stealing your kids' glue.
Yeah,
so
I know.
that's where that
Do
came
you mind
from,
passing me a clip?
Yeah, no, of course.
Thank you.
There you go.
Just on this corner, I've turned in the edge of the zip tape.
Yeah, why is
Turn
that?
it out the way. So if you want to have a look at this, one of these, and open up the zip, or have a look at the end.
Which end?
This end here. It just means at this point here, you're less bulky.
Oh, so has that tucked down into
Yes,
there?
so that's just tucked in. By moving it up here, that tucks it out of the way.
Because often you just see it sort of left, just tucked down unceremoniously, don't you?
It's not
so that's nice. That's keep it tucked.
Doesn't take much effort.
Nice. Very nice.
Lovely.
Got half a sheep in here.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
And I've put my glue down. Do you have one of those glue pens? Do we?
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's have a look at this fabric that we're using here. So bear with us. We'll get it to you in just
Would you
one
mind passing the
moment.
clips whilst you're...
Oh, there we go. There's your clips. This is the fabric that we're using at the moment. This is your Sunburst Leaf Trail. And you can see that coating on there. It really brings it to life, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what I would be doing with this? For kids, I would be finding things like elephants and appliquing jungle animals on this.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, that'd be good fun.
Ooh. But this, just evocative of every summer holiday you've ever wished you could be on. Absolutely stunning. Here we go.
Oh, look, a lovely glue pen has arrived. Oh, a sew line pen. Oh, wonderful.
Now, if you've not played with these before, here we go. It's meant for, well, it was designed for English paper pieces.
Yes, I've seen them and
speed it up.
often thought, oh, I might get one of those.
But of course, you can use it for zips. One of our guests the other day said, use it on your zips.
Great idea.
And also for your applique as well. If you're going to stitch down your applique,
you don't want it moving whilst you're stitching.
but it is repositionable. And when it's dried, it just peels off if you need it to.
Lovely.
There you go.
Oh, I like that. I'll use that on the other half of the bag.
Yeah.
I've just put some paper down because the last thing you want is to accidentally get glue on your paper.
Yeah.
So I've attached the lining on top of.
Hang on,
I
let's show
positioned the
yours.
zip. I had the zip positioned and then I've just laid some lining fabric over the top.
Okay.
So I'm going to sew all the way along and I'm going to stop 1 inch from the end. And then I'm going to pull this zipper tape out of the way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sew the rest
So
along
you've
here.
marked where you've pulled the zipper tape out the way.
And that's so that we can get the effect that we've done on these, where the rest of your zip tape is hanging out.
You do need that when you zip it back again, don't you?
Yeah, it's something to grab hold of.
Well, I always overfill. I'm an overfiller, what can I say? So that's perfect for me, because you don't, otherwise you just struggle with a zip, don't you? But here, hold on to that. Done. Nice. Very nice. So with the zip, you're working with the zipper foot?
Yes,
okay.
so I put the zipper foot onto the machine, and we're going to sew pretty much as close to the zipper teeth as we can. And I'm just going to go back.
So the zipper is on the right-hand side. This is where I need to get my head around it.
Yeah, zips are always feel a little bit backward.
Yeah. But then...
It's just got a bit caught under there.
So what's that zipper foot lining into?
That there's underneath here.
Oh, so that's
where the zipper
that is.
teeth are.
So and that's sitting into there.
Yeah, and it just means that with a normal foot, with your normal presser foot, you just with the needle in the hole, you just can't quite get close enough to the zipper teeth.
Yeah, but your zipper foot takes
the
that
zipper
little bit
foot
away.
Is much more narrow.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so if you're grabbing your zips, they're on the website as well. But the fabric that we're using, this beautiful Sunburst Leaf Trail here, for half a metre, £6.95. This is going to be beautiful. Great. So we're doing... now, hang on, which way? It's not portrait. We're doing a landscape style one. So we've used the longer zip on here. So it's going to be that way rather than that way. This is the way that
the
we're
more
doing.
Traditional way that you would
traditional way, isn't it?
Make your wash bag.
I like this. I like this a lot. So just such a beautiful, beautiful fabric. Whilst you do that with the zip,
because all I'm going to do is once I've done this, I'm going to repeat the same with the other half of the zip and the other 2 bits of fabric.
Whilst you do that, let's go look at these fabrics, because I don't want you to think it's just that one that we've got. We've got so many for you today. So we looked at these earlier. Now the fabric that Victoria's used is down here. Oh, is the blue? Oh, yeah, we've used this one as well. Let's get this out. I want you to see. Were you thinking about the lovely coral reef when you picked this one to use? A little Aussie lass. Here we go. That is your blue reef. Lots of multi-buyers on this. It's so beautiful. £5.95 for your blue reef fabric. I know a lot of you use these in quilts as well. It's very, very opulent for that. The colours are so striking. £6.95. SDMY 13, £6.95 per half a metre. You decide how much. Now we've also used the Purple Rain, which is just underneath. Let me grab that one for you as well, because I think with these it's really important to see them so that you can see the sort of pattern repeats that you've got going on with these, because they are really rather stunning. This is the upright bag. Now half a metre. This is a full metre that I've got here. So 2 units if you want a full metre, which is what I'm holding there. But look at that. That is your Purple Rain. And I don't know if it matters which way round you do it. I don't think that it matters. They're perfect for the wash bag. They're perfect for your beach bag. They're perfect for all of the things that we've had on the shows. Absolutely perfect. Whether you're doing cushions, whether you're doing any of those sort of bags, whether you want to make... actually, we did make tablecloths earlier. You can make tablecloths out of these when you're going for the picnic on the beach.
And was there not a lady that called in earlier about making seats for the football?
Yes, of course. We've discovered stadium cushions are a thing. Who knew? So you could also do that. I feel like I'm in a shop where you just sort of leave it there. Okay, here we go. This is, oh, look at this leaf. This is your hot pink leaf. Look at this. Woohoo! And your batik fabric, which we discovered earlier actually means painted. I had a big batik dragon, which was done with, and that was done, like I say, it was painted with all the inks, but they used wax as a resist, which was how you got the different colours coming through. Wow. So I don't know if that's how this has been done. But £6.95, look at that. You know, sometimes when you get to autumn, there are those leaves that go that fiery red.
Is it an Acer?
Yeah,
or something?
It's something like that, isn't it? Or Japanese, a lot of the Japanese
elm, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. But absolutely beautiful. One more. I'm allowed to choose one more. Oh, the orange. Look at... Oh, I've dropped everything else on the floor. This is hot orange. Oh, look at this. I didn't realise, because of looking at that picture... Have you seen how much blue there is in this?
Oh, yes, there is actually. You don't realise.
It's only when you pull it out like that for a whole metre that you realise that it's not just your hot pinks in there and your hot oranges, but you've also got that beautiful blue. You could match this with that blue coral.
See, it'd be nice to do a two-tone bag.
Oh, it'd be lovely with the blue coral.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice?
Hang on, let me find
plain
the blue.
Blue at the bottom.
So you could do the blue at the bottom. Oh, I love playing with all these fabrics. Yeah, because look, then you've got that blue. Oh, hello. Look at that, beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm being told to stop playing. Go back. There's work to be done.
Right, I'm coming.
Now, so you've done one side of the zip. Now,
yes, I'm now just doing the second side of the zip.
Right time. So it's lining, zip, and then the top.
Like
That's
a
the sandwich.
And did you know that the sewing, well, have you noticed that the sewing clips have got a flat bottom and a curvy top?
So the flat bottom slides through the machine.
Yeah, it slides along the throat plate nice and easily. And you can also just sort of push down and away to remove them. Oop.
So $7.95 for your wonder clips for a pack of 10. But they're very, very useful.
Yeah, they
and
are
also,
super.
Now, you see, normally I would say that, of course, it's never going to blend into your material, so you'll always see them, and then we bring out the most vivid and vibrant colours that we've ever seen. But actually, you can still see them very clearly, whereas pins might get a little bit lost in such a heavily patterned fabric.
So again, I've got to 1 inch from the end. I'm just going to move with the needle down, lift the presser foot, move that tape out the way, and reposition that fabric.
Right.
And sew to the end.
Very good. And back again.
And just a little bit back again.
Does that just become a habit, just that backwards and forwards?
It does. Yeah. Oh, nearly lost a pin. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh.
Can I guess what the next thing's going to be?
Yes, you can.
Top stitching.
No.
Isn't it?
I have tricked you.
You have, because normally at this stage where people try and zip the zip up and it sticks on the other, they go, and then you top stitch to stop that from doing that.
No, we top stitch at the end.
Oh.
So we've now got, that could do with a bit of a press. We could do with I'm going to do this from the reverse because...
Can you iron this when it's had the...
You shouldn't really, because it is a plastic coating.
Let's not iron
You'll
it.
either melt it or wreck your iron.
Let's not do that.
We don't really want to do either. So now we need to attach or construct the bag. Comme ça.
Right.
They were being international.
Look at you, all those clips.
Connecting them. I've got a massive tub of clips at home.
I bet you.
In a big old tin.
Okay, so I'm still getting my head around. This is where I get a little bit wonky, thinking, now, how do we put all these together?
Right. We're now going to leave a gap in the bottom of the lining, but sew all the way around the outside.
Are we right sides to right sides at this point?
Yes. So I've now opened out. This is where we'd got to. And we're now putting the exterior together and the lining together.
Okay. Now, do we have to open out the zip?
Yes, we do. We need to open out the zip, probably 3/4 of the way, because once we've sewn all the way around here, it just makes it easier so you can pull it through to the right way. Otherwise, you'll end up with a problem trying to get the bag the right way around. No, we don't want problems. So when we are attaching the two halves together, make sure that this edge here, your linings match up along here. So that, again, when you see on the bag, that you want that to sit nicely on that edge.
Oh, nice. It's little details.
The little things that make a difference.
Very good.
I'm just going to stick a pin in there, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. But you just need to make sure that this excess part of the zip gets tucked inside and out of the way. Doesn't matter how rough you are with it, just get it out of the way. And again, just going to line up those two parts. And stick a pin, clip or because this has been treated and has got the plastic coating, it's much more difficult to get pins through it.
Right.
And ideally, you wouldn't use pins on an oilcloth or a laminated fabric anyway, because once you've put a hole in it, you've made a hole. It's not water resistant anymore. Now you can, because you can put it within the seam allowance.
Right.
But I found this a bit too difficult to get the pins through.
And you've coated this 3 times.
3 coats on this one.
Okay.
And if you wanted to get an even more glossy finish, that's when you do your pressing with the Teflon cloth.
No, that's pressing with the Teflon cloth. So if you've bought the gel, if you're one of those that managed to get it, and you want to get the Teflon cloth, then I'll give you the details. That means that you can press it, and that if you do it as instructed. Then you can then press it. And does that give it more of a gloss?
Yes, it gives it a slightly more of a sheen.
Hey. So we're going to get you those details up in just one moment.
And the Teflon pressing cloth is useful for all sorts of things. The one that we have available is quite a pliable one.
Okay.
So it's good for pressing appliques and applying interfacing and all sorts.
Julie Taylor Teflon press sheet. There we go. 18 inches by 18 inches. £15.95. Can you use that as like a tabletop ironing?
I'm not sure it would be heat resistant enough. I've not used this specific pressing cloth, but the one that I have does heat up and
so
becomes
what do you
pliable.
use a pressing cloth for?
To protect when you're using the heat of the iron, it protects the fabrics underneath from scorching.
Oh, so it's not protecting the tabletop.
No.
It's protecting the actual fabric that you're pressing onto.
Yeah, it protects the fabric and protects your iron.
Okay, £15.95. This is a very handy thing to have.
Yeah,
and then,
very
especially
handy.
if you're putting like a Bonder web or anything like that on,
yes,
you're not going to get
messy sometimes.
You're not going to get anything sticky on your iron. Oh, so that's kind of a must-have. Here it is.
Oh, fab.
Do you know what? This is another one of those things that I would have seen in a shop and gone, I have no idea what that is, what I use it for.
Or just thought, I don't need one of those, but actually they're really versatile.
So the Teflon is what makes it non-stick?
Yes.
Like a frying pan?
Exactly the same stuff.
This is so clever. It says, protect your iron and ironing board from fusible web residue. Aha. There we go. The perfect pressing tool for applique projects. Oh, used to fuse lace and other open weave fabrics.
Oh, right, okay.
Didn't even think about that. So, what else can we do with it?
I've actually used my Teflon
Use it with the
cloth.
highest heat of your iron.
Yes.
Of your oven?
Of your oven, don't put it in the oven.
Yeah. But don't use steam
spare
with
baking
it.
sheet.
Don't use steam with that.
No, I've done that, and the steam just comes straight back at you.
Oh, no, don't.
Scorching, horrid.
So 18 by 18 inches, that is 46 centimetres by 46 centimetres. What a thoroughly useful kit.
Yeah, I've
Saves
also
your
used
iron.
it for when you're making waterproof garments.
Yeah.
And you've sewn and you tape the seams afterwards. You buy... it is plastic tape, and you put that over the seams on the inside and you press it with the Teflon cloth, and then that seals all the seams. So if you go home and have a look at any of your outdoor wear, you'll see that all the seams are being taped on the inside, all shiny. Use your plastic cloth for that as well.
This is a handy piece of kit, isn't it? £15.95. Again, one of those things that I would have looked at and gone, no idea what that is, and not even looked at it.
Yeah.
We had an embroidery show the other day with a beautiful embroidery machine, and it embroidered sort of lace.
Wow.
But then if you wanted to applique that onto anything, this is the thing that you'd need to do. So it's that open weave, isn't it? So KTEQ61, or maybe you're appliquing and you've fussy cut something. Like we said earlier, you could applique and fussy cut with the beautiful Tanya Whelan fabrics.
Oh, yes.
Then you'd use that too. £15.95, KTEQ61, 18 by 18 inches.
Oh, so it's a good size.
That's that. 18 by 18. It's this size.
Good size. And like I say, that one's more pliable than the one I have at home.
This is your 18 by 18. Yeah, that's quite a big size, isn't it? 18 inches there. That's some nice big projects there, isn't it? Nice.
Handy.
And it's not taking up valuable room. It's tiny. Folds up tiny.
Very foldable.
Nice. So what are we doing?
We're now sewing round those parts of the bag, leaving that gap open at the bottom, returning through.
So if you've just joined us, we're making a wash bag out of the most stunning fabric, Batik fabrics in the most vivid, vibrant colours I think I've ever seen. Absolutely gorgeous. All very evocative of nature, I think, apart from the buttons. All very evocative of nature, your holidays, those hot, gorgeous, tropical places. It's a reminder for when you get back from your holidays, if you've taken these on your holidays, or if you're working towards having a lovely exotic holiday, then it's going to make you think of it every time you get your makeup out or your wash stuff out. But take it on holiday. We made a beach bag with it earlier, so again, watch that show again. sewingquarter.com, where we will loop the 4 hours again and again, and then if you want to fast forward or rewind, or reverse, as I keep calling it, rewind, then go onto YouTube. We upload all of our programmes on there as well, so that that you can then stop us, pause us, reverse us, fast forward us through the bits you don't want, rewind over the bits that you want to see again, especially if there's something like measurements, like we had at the start of the show.
It's trying to remember.
If it's measurements, then you can do exact measurements that Victoria's done, or do your own.
Yeah, do your own.
Whatever.
You just choose the size of a zip according to the length, the cut length of your bag. So we had a cut length of 10 inches, so you use a zip that's 10 inches. Right, you have a choice. I've boxed out the bottoms of these bags,
yes,
so that they stand up, but you could just make a flat pouch, and you could use it to put in, you could use it for a swim bag. So after you've been swimming, if you've coated the inside and it's waterproof, you just put your swimmers in after you've been swimming.
Okay.
So you could make it flat, or some people like to put, when they pack, they like to put segment things.
Yes.
Underwear in this one, socks in this one.
Yes.
So you can make a flat bag. But
excellent.
Here we're going to do a squared bottom.
I would use this as a pencil case.
Would you?
I'm a stationery girl. I do love my pens and things like that, and so for me, looking at these, it's like, oh yeah, pencil cases as well.
Yeah, I
but
like
then send your
stationery.
kids to school with nice pencil cases as well.
Yes.
Do you make them for your girls?
Yeah, I do. Although they're still young, they don't really use pencil cases because school provide everything.
Oh, really?
But my eldest, Charlotte, she still has taken one in, just in case.
Well, I think it makes them feel grown up.
Yeah, I think it does, because they see the older children
Yeah.
with them. They think, oh.
Yeah.
Charlotte's going for her pen licence at the moment.
What's a pen
I
license?
know, I hadn't heard of it either. But you're not allowed to use pen at school until your handwriting is of a sufficient level.
Amazing.
I know.
Talking of writing and getting in touch, you can get in touch on the web. So underneath where we are, when you're watching live on the web, there's a little message box. Message the studio, get in touch there. And then underneath, there are all those zips. There's this beautiful material. You see, that's the one on the left there.
Yeah.
That's the one that looks like oils. Look, it
does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's been painted with oil paints. They're so vibrant, these colours. Yeah, but you see, when you see it from afar, it looks like it's. I mean, I know it's not, but it's so bright. Oh, there's the rotary counter. You see, that's the wave blades, the 2 wave blades. Nice, but it's all on there. Shop away, enjoy yourself. Oh, hello. What are we doing?
Okay, so I've folded the corners of the bag. So it's now sort of looking a little bit like it's got the squared out base. Just need to try and make sure that this seam on the side here matches with the seam on the base of the bag.
Right.
So you can sort of feel through and just make sure that they're as even as possible. Otherwise you're going to end up with a skew-if bag. And then the amount at which you sew is up to you as to how deep you want your base. You may only want a little bit, so you could sew 1 inch down and sew across, or 2 inches down for a deeper base.
Right.
So it's up to you.
What are we doing?
I think we might go for 1 inch down.
Why not?
Why not? So I'm just going to go from there. I've still got my zipper foot on, which is... You can change the foot back on your machine if you like, but actually I think we'll be okay leaving that on.
So the fabric that we're using is your Sunburst Leaf Trail, very popular, £6.95 per half a metre. If you're new to the sewing quarter, then we do a bit of a whizzy thing whereby you can buy your fabric by the meterage. So it's as if you were shopping in a proper haberdashery shop, which is what we are basically. Yeah. So you can we'll waft the fabrics around for you so you can see how beautifully they fall. We've got various fabrics. If there's one that you like the look of that you really want to see wafted, then we can waft away for you and show you all the pattern. That's the hot orange, but it's got that blue. You can just see the blue creeping in the bottom there, which I didn't expect.
No, I didn't expect it.
It was only when I pulled it out. Oh, look, hang on. Look, if we can show you here. So it goes from hot orange and hot pinks through to that blue and green. There. All in one fabric. And can I hold this out? There we go. I'm going to pull this. There we go. There we go. That is it. So you've got all of that colour in there. You've got the hot pinks, the blues, the oranges, the yellows. It's all in there. Beautiful. £6.95. RQMY 53. And then your Purple Rain, let's go with that next. Here we go. I'm making our poor floor manager, but she comes and puts it all back nicely, and then I pull it all to pieces again.
She's crying out the back somewhere.
Weeping silently.
She's touched them again.
This is your Purple Rain. But you've got to see it, you see, because it's a lovely cotton. It's slightly heavier than a normal cotton, I think, because of the batik finish on it. But do you know what? It makes it perfect for all of your bags and all of those craft projects. Perfect. Love it. Now, where have we got to over here?
I'm now just repeating the same process for the lining.
Okay.
I'm just going to mark
so
that with a
you've
pin.
marked the inch with a pin so that you know.
Yes, so I know where to start.
Okay, great.
Well, hold on. Do the other corner as well. When I'm sewing at home, I always try and get prepared as many steps as possible so that there's less moving backward and forward between preparing table and iron and sewing machine.
Okay, that's fair.
Efficient sewing.
Claire from Bristol's emailed in. Hello. Oh, she says the batiks are fabulous and she needs them all.
Oh, good girl.
You're not alone there. Yeah, if you had to choose, it would be a tough one.
I'm now leaning towards the coral. The light blue.
Really? How long did you live in Australia for?
Till I was 16.
Oh, really? Anywhere near the sea?
Yeah, not too bad. We were in suburbia, but we were about half an hour from the seaside.
Is that like a reef? Can you?
No, it wasn't. No, I was in New South Wales. Not so many reefs in New South Wales.
But that fabric, that blue reef fabric,
makes you want to be there,
doesn't it? Just. If you haven't already booked your holiday, I think that after today's show, you're going to want to.
Oh, am I ever?
Yeah.
After today's weather.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, what you'll also notice is that Victoria is using a plain fabric. They are all on the show on the website. They're, I think, $3.45 or $3.25 per half a metre. But if you just want to get that plain so that you use your batiks, this is the fuchsia that we're using at the moment. There you go, $3.25 per half a metre. We have on the website. This isn't under the show list. This is on a separate page, which is all solid colours by the half metre. I think we've got over 60 different solid colours.
Tons of them.
So bearing in mind that we've got a veritable rainbow of fabrics going on today, you can choose which colour you want to do your linings. But we have matched some of the colours. So the fuchsia that you're seeing here, $3.25 a metre, and we've also per half a metre, sorry. But we've also got another purple on the show as well.
I think it's nice to match linings with your outside fabrics.
It's a bit special, isn't it?
Yeah, makes it more personalised.
Yeah, absolutely. So why not treat yourself to that as well? And then you're making your batik go even further.
Yes, save your precious bits.
Nice. Very nice.
Do that one again because the thread.
So we've got a few minutes left, and I think.
Oh, crikey.
7 minutes.
All right, let me just finish this one here, and then I'll just show you what you do to treat the end of the zip, because as you can see on the samples that I've brought in, I've covered the ends of those zips just with a little tab. I actually used some of the offcuts. So you remember I said I cut the fabric slightly too big.
Right.
So from the offcuts, I made a little tab.
This is your blue reef. This is the one that we were just talking about. This is your blue reef, making us all want to go to Australia on holiday. $6.95 SDMY 13. That is your blue reef. If you're after the Purple Rain, everyone's singing.
Shall I do a dance whilst you sing?
Yeah. Yeah, you dance.
So just turn this through to the right side. That's when you can then go back and do that top stitching, and you can top stitch all the way around the outside.
Okay.
Don't forget to close up your lining on the inside, just with a little edge stitch or a slip stitch if you feel like hand stitching. And then the end of the tab, I've cut a piece of the excess that was pre-coated, 2 inches by 3 inches. And then I've gone round the outsides, one I made earlier, and pressed under 1/2 inch on all the edges.
Did you use your Teflon cloth for that? Your Teflon your, I can't say it, Teflon pressing cloth.
Yes.
$15.95, but one of those things that once you get it, you're going to use it all the time. KTEQ 61 details down there.
So I've turned in half an inch on each side, and then half an inch on each short end, and then pressed it in half. And that gives you your little square to go on the end of your zip.
Very nice.
So you then take the end of your zip. You might want to trim the end of your zip a little bit, and then you pop that over the edge. You can use your pen again to hold it in place.
Yes.
And then just
stitch
your
glue pen
around the outside.
Nice.
So that's what you do in order to finish the bag.
Excellent.
Okay, so shall I top stitch around the outside?
Yeah, let's do that. Now, this is the final product. This is how it's going to look. But you decide which fabric. Maybe you want to have a matching beach bag. Maybe you're going all out for your summer holidays. Or maybe you just want to cheer yourself up. If, like me, you haven't actually organised a holiday yet.
I know. If only.
I know. Then why not? You can make yourself feel as though you're going on holiday with these lovely fabrics.
Yes, get in the holiday spirit.
Yes. Oh, yes. Actually, do you know what, though? My mum and dad live in Cornwall. We used to live in Cornwall.
Oh, how nice.
And that always felt, when we lived down there for 2 and a bit years, it always felt like we were on holiday. Every day felt like we were on holiday.
It does, because it's the seaside and the seagulls and the smell of fish and chips.
We were right in the middle of Bodmin Moor.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, we were very
Not so
remote.
much seaside.
But you could see the sea. We could see the north coast
could
and
you?
the south coast, and you'd watch the weather coming in and decide where you wanted to walk.
Yeah, which way to go.
Yeah, which way was safe. So we're top stitching with that zipper foot in.
Yes, I've just left that in again because it allows you to get quite close.
Right.
Most machines come as a basic with your straight stitch foot and a zipper foot.
Okay.
And a buttonhole foot, that kind of thing. At home, I would have an edge stitch foot, but that's an optional extra on my particular machine. It depends on which machine you buy. But your zipper foot's absolutely fine. I've just moved it to the other side.
Excellent. Could you, at a pinch, do it with your straight edge foot?
You could do, but you can't
didn't
get
have
as
it.
close to the edge. This one's quite good because it's got a clear portion, so
Yeah.
you can sort of see where you're driving.
Yeah.
But some are solid and you can't quite see. So, yeah, either or.
Yeah.
Either or.
So there we go. But we've got the zips on the show for you. We've got the fabric on the show for you. We've got the lining fabric on the show for you. We've got so much. Even down to the rotary cutter. We've got it all on the show for you. And, of course, that Teflon pressing sheet. 18 inches by 18 inches. We've got it all for you. This is very innocuous, but you can see on here the bit that looks a bit misty. That's where you would put your. So you want to iron on your applique, or if you're using this coating stuff, then you want to put your Teflon sheet on there, so you don't gunk up your iron, basically.
Yes, because once you've got that filthy, it's a horrible job to clean it.
In a quest to like ironing, I bought myself a very nice iron.
It helps.
Yeah.
Have the right tools for the job.
I want to protect it.
Yes,
so
you do.
I worry when I'm sort of using anything like that.
Once it's got
feasible
gunked
fleece or anything like
up, you then go and iron something else, and that gets all horrid.
that. Yes.
Don't like it.
No.
So I've top
We're nearly
stitched
there,
around
we're
that
nearly
edge.
done
We
it.
are actually.
Excellent.
I wasn't sure whether we'd make it.
Oh, that sounds very final.
It does, doesn't it? It's dramatic. I didn't know whether we would make it. Just taking off a little bit because it will just go into. It's a bit of a weird angle.
Yeah. Cutting
Cut
away.
away,
is safe,
away.
isn't it? Yeah. When are you back with us, Victoria?
Towards the end of March.
Okay.
Almost like a little holiday.
Yeah. Do you know what you're going to be making?
No, I don't know yet.
Can I put in a request that if you can use the wavy blade on the...
We'll come up
we
with
need to
something
see
for
how
the
that's
wavy
gonna be.
blade.
So, whilst we finish off the edge of this zip, it just leaves me to say, Victoria, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You've brought our summer holidays to us in bag form.
Yes.
Many a bag form. Thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful.
That's all right.
And really accessible, really easy to do.
Yeah.
So thank you, and thank you at home for watching. Thank you at home for buying. Well done if you managed to get this lovely glue gel.
Yes,
for those
lucky
that
you.
didn't, we will endeavour to get that back in stock as soon as we can, and we will let you know as soon as that's back in, because I know some of you want it. So as soon as we do, we'll let you know. Yeah. Keep joining us, of course. You can watch the replay. You can watch online at sewingquarter.com. Once that's done for the day, then you can watch again on YouTube. But thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much at home, and we will see you tomorrow morning. It's John tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter.